You should actually watch this because it is irrefutable proof that you were lagging.
I don't believe in what you're saying, so I'm not gonna bother watching it.
I have proof. This would hold up in court. If I took you to court,
You're gonna take me to court, bro? I'll just sweet talk to the judge. I'll be like, Your Honor, I see you're a handsome human.
I don't think hitting on the judge is how this works out, okay? Judge Judy is not going to give you a free pass for this one. I have the VOD. I have irrefutable evidence right here. Facts don't care about your feelings, but I have some feelings for your facts. And I feel that you feel oppressed right now.
I do feel very oppressed. You're not wrong.
Yeah, the impression is real.
I've gone live, by the way. Just heads up.
Oh, okay.
Battle.net's still running. Thanks for telling me that. I don't care. Alright, I need to log on Steam. You know how my files were not showing the thumbnails? For like pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've apparently got corrupted files, so I'm thinking after stream I'm gonna revert back to a previous recovery point in Windows.
Wait, if you do that, isn't it going to like get rid of your saves for the game?
No, because that's on Steam Cloud. That's on the cloud for Steam.
Okay.
It might not have it installed, but it's gonna be saved.
I don't know how like saving on Steam works.
It just goes to the cloud, I think.
We should check to see whether it doesn't.
No, I know it does, because like for instance, if you've uninstalled a game, you don't lose all your progress in that game. Like TF2, for instance. If you uninstalled TF2, you would still have all your items because it's linked to your Steam account.
Yeah, but items is different though.
Well, items are the same thing as the save, though. It's on your account.
But I don't know because items are not saved to it inside a folder.
No, but it's saved to the cloud. And
but
these the files aren't, I think, 100% saved to it. Also, I don't think it really matters if I do or don't. It's not like this is a game where you have numerous choices of numerous paths. It's just pretty much linear, and I could just skip through all of it if I really wanted to.
Okay.
And I'm sure I'll just do a playthrough on my own with the adult content, activated, because, why not?
There's adult content for this game?
Not on stream.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Language of Words.
It's got adult DLC. Whatever, if that tickles your fancy to look at.
Okay. Also, I can kind of hear the audio in the background whenever you talk.
You can? Oh, that might be... Hold on.
I mean, I have to have your stream muted because obviously, if I don't have it
hold
muted,
on.
then I'm hearing it twice.
Let me mute.
One passo is enough.
Hold on. Let me mute my mic and then I'll. Hold on. I'll turn off the Oh. I guess there's no real easy way for me to do it. I'll turn off the to like check for it. Is it just through Discord? Because for OBS it might be different.
Yeah, it's probably through Discord.
Alright, could you meet Discord then and tell me if it's through stream as well?
Hold on.
Because if you hear it on stream, then you'll...
Okay. No, it's fine. It's only on Discord. Though,
Yeah.
through your headset.
Yeah, Discord's pretty fucky with that.
Yeah. Sounds fun on stream. Although, if I wanted to get really nitpicky, I would say that I can hear like the atmosphere in your room.
Well,
but
there's not much I can do about that now, is there? I don't have soundproofing.
Can you just like remove the air surrounding you, please? Please.
I'll just inhale all of it.
Yeah, just like all of that air out of your room. I don't need that.
I don't think it's gonna work. Alright, sorry about that. You're just gonna have to deal with that stream. Okay. Small recap. Not much happened last stream. From memory, it was... Fuck, what even happened?
You went to the beach?
Yes. Yeah, we went to the beach with Kyoko and Tama, and I got to see Kyoko in a swimsuit.
Hog chat.
I got to see Tama in a swimsuit too.
Hog, yeah.
Why, that one was a little bit more enthusiastic for some reason. After that, me and Tama went rocking around the city of Kawasaki, and we bought groceries to eat cake and whatever. We met Kichi. We met his mum. We met Ioka.
Are you okay? Huh?
Iyoko, the Kiwi mum, with her, of course, adorable daughter, very feminine daughter. Maybe a little bit on the, you know.
Yeah, Miho, right?
Yes, Miho. After that, we did our shopping, and we met this very zany pink-haired girl, who offered us a lottery, chance, and the top prize was a hot springs, and of course, this being the game that it is, we won it. Tama won it in particular. And we were invited to go along with them, Kyoko and Tama, to the hot springs. And that's where we're at the moment. So, as long we're going to be picking up from there. I'm not sure how much of the game is left. Elle thinks there's like 2 streams worth more. I think there's maybe 1. We have a bet in place. Whoever is wrong has to kill themselves.
Wait, I don't remember saying that. No,
No, it's in the fine print. It's in the fine print. Don't worry.
Wait, no.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not killing myself.
Okay, I guess I won't either.
Okay, it's a deal.
Okay, shake on it. Alright, enough messing around. Let's get into it. Yep, sorry. So, scene start. Scene transition. And of course I have to do Tama's voice to begin with. We're at the hot springs. We're at the hot springs. Correction. We're inside the ryokan. The hot springs are outside. It's the same thing, Dummy Mitsuki. It's really not though. And don't resort to childish insults, please. It just makes you look silly. Tama grinds her teeth together so hard, she's in danger of sanding down her molars. I can't say I blame her either. We've been in our room for all of 5 minutes, and I'm already acting like a smartass. As an adult, I know I shouldn't pour cold water on Tama's parade, but I can't help myself. We came to this ryokan to rest our weary bodies, but I felt incredibly tense and on edge ever since I stepped off the train at Gora Station. It sounds unfair to assign blame like this, particularly when the object of my pent-up panic has been nothing but kind to me throughout this whole trip, but I can't help it. This is all because of Kyoko. The mere thought of spending a whole night with her, together, in this small room, well, is enough to make my heart beat so hard I'm afraid it'll burst. Kyoko looks attractive enough in her casual clothes, but the sight of her in a loose-fitting yukata, tied only by a simple blue sash, is more than I can handle.
Hey, Mama.
Yes? What is it, dear?
When are we gonna go into the swings? I wanna go now.
Now? But we only just got here. I need to unpack our bags first, and then I wanted to do a little exploring.
Exploring? Like in the undergrounds?
Kind of, I guess. This Ryokan is in a pretty nice area. There are so many trees and lovely green hills. Don't you want to have a walk around?
No, I wanna swim.
I've already told you, Tama, you can't swim in the hot springs. That's bad manners.
Mitsuki's right, dear. I don't want you making a fuss.
Then I'll be good. I'll be really, really good. So can we swim now? I don't wanna climb any more hills.
To be honest, I kind of share Tama's sentiments. This Ryokan is located pretty high up in the hills, and since we missed the shuttle bus, we had to walk all the way up here. Well, Kyoko and I walked, but Tama gave up after a few steps. In the end, I had to carry her, which was a huge pain. I could hardly haul myself up that wrong hill, let alone a squirming, pouting 6-year-old. It would have been nice if Tama had sat still, but that would be asking for the impossible. Instead, she kept bonking me over the head with her knuckles and yelling at me to go faster. What am I to her anyway? A cart horse? She said I was like her father. But would any girl, young, treat their dad so poorly? Wait, don't answer that. When I finally scaled the top of the hill, my body was covered in a film of sweat, and I could barely even breathe. I don't really want to face another trial like that in a hurry.
We don't need to go back down the hill. I just think it would be nice to take a bit of a walk. The forests around here are really pretty, particularly during the summer. You've never explored the countryside before, have you, Tama?
No.
Don't you want to look around? You'll be able to see lots of nice plants and flowers that you can in the city.
Rare plants?
That's right. You never know what you'll find in the countryside.
The promise of mystery seems to kindle Tama's interest. She stares at her mother curiously, her eyes sparkling.
Will all these flowers be so rare, not even Kichi's seen them?
Why does it always have to come back to Kichi? Okay. I want some DLC of this game made, where you do it from Tama's perspective, and you have to try and woo Kichi. Reversal roles. Because I could see them making a good couple. They both hate each other. Just like most couples. I thought I'd managed to escape his reach up in the Gora Mountains, but apparently not. For a snot-nosed brat, he's pretty tenacious.
Maybe you will find something rare, Tama. Who knows?
When I wanna pick all the rare plants, I'll bring them to the school when the holiday ends, and I'll show him to Kichi, and he'll be so shocked. Finally, I'll be able to beat him at something. I'll make him cry and beg for mercy.
That's the spirit, dear.
For such a mild-mannered woman, Kyoko can be rather manipulative at times. She certainly knows her daughter inside and out. I, however, can spot more than a couple flaws in Tama's wicked plot. Any plants you pick out here will die before you go back to school, Tama.
It'll be fine. I'll keep them in water.
For a month.
Why not? and use my magical girl powers to keep them safe.
I can't pretend I know much about the intricacies of nature, but that sounds like witchcraft to me. If we lived in medieval Europe, Tom would be burned at the stake for saying such things.
The warm air will feel nice now we're wearing these yakutas, and then we can rinse ourselves off in the baths when we get back from our walk. It's going to be so much fun.
Provided we don't run into any boars out in the forest.
You think there'll be boars?
There could be. I grew up in the countryside myself, and though I played in the forest all the time, I never ran into any animals wilder than a few rabbits. It never hurts to be careful, though. This might look peaceful, but it's far off the beaten track. I wouldn't be surprised if dangerous creatures lurked amongst the trees.
Then we'll just have to be extra careful, won't we?
We'd better. I heave a small sigh. I know I'm the man of this party, but if you're expecting me to fight a wild boar with my naked hands, you're sadly mistaken. I like Yuriko and all, but I don't know if I like her that much.
I'd do it.
I'd do it too. Bro, there's a chance. There's the chance.
Don't worry, Dummy Mitsuki. It'll be fine. If we see any mean animals, I'll beat them up.
Yeah, you do that, Randy Savage. Oh yeah? You and what army?
Me and this army.
Tama rolls the sleeves of her blue Yakuta high up over her elbows, flexing her non-existent muscles. Fuck me, that's cute.
I'm a great magical girl, and I'll kill any monsters that try to take a bite out of my mama.
Killing. Isn't that a bit extreme for a magical girl? Oh well. I can't comment. It's not like I keep up with magical girl shows. For all I know, things have changed. And what magical powers do you have exactly?
I have my magical fist.
I feel like we've had this conversation before. We have. You know, putting magical in front of a word doesn't make it magical.
I am magical, Mitsuki. I already said I'm a magical girl.
Of course you are, dear. And would my precious magical girl like to sit down while I finish unpacking?
I can help you unpack, Mama. I wanna help. That's what magical girls do.
That's kind of you, sweetie. But you're on holiday. This is your first time to a ryokan, isn't it?
That's right.
Els, you know what a ryokan actually is?
It's like a village hut thing, like next to some hot springs. It's like the house that they're staying at next to the hot springs.
Ah, right. So it's like staying at like a hotel next to the beach.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. Alright, I actually had no clue.
That's right.
Then you should lie back with Mitsuki and take it easy. Why don't you watch TV for a little?
But that's boring. I can watch TV at home.
Tama pouts and slithers away to the table in the center of the room. There's a few cups resting on the table alongside several complimentary sachets of green tea powder and 2 dorayaki. Tama grabs one of the dorayaki and tears its plastic wrapper in 2. Then, she shoves the whole thing into her mouth and chews. Huh. That's impressive. I know Tama has a big mouth. How else could she make so many loud noises? But I didn't think she could fit the whole thing in there.
What? Oh, okay.
It's a feat almost worthy of applause. What do you think? Is it good?
It's pretty nice.
I'm glad, but you should be a little careful.
What do you mean?
You're a human girl, not a snake. You're meant to take small bites of your food, and you're supposed to chew it first. Look, you've got crumbs all over your cheeks. The fuck? How do you get crumbs on your cheeks?
Mm-hmm.
I take a tissue from the box on the table and press it against Tama's mouth. I've seen a couple hentais. I know where this goes. A tissues against someone's mouth usually implies something else.
Don't say anything, just keep talking.
Oh, yeah, but Tama squirms and tries to push me away, but I remain resolute. Now, I'm not gonna let you wander around looking like a vagrant.
What's a vagrant?
A tramp. I thought that said a Trump for a moment.
I ain't a Trump. I'm a magical girl.
And do magical girls walk around covered in dorayaki crumbs?
No, but...
Then sit down and keep quiet or you won't get to the hot springs after all. Tama pouts. Tama pouts, but she, eventually, settles down and does what she's told.
Well, mean Mitsuki.
I'm just trying to take care of you. Like any father would.
But you're not my father.
But you told Kichi I was just like your real father a few days ago.
Maybe I did, but that's only because you brought me cake.
Oh. How fickle this girl is. If you want me to be your father figure, Tama, then you need to accept the consequences. A father isn't somebody who can be discarded. He's your father for life, whether he buys you cake or not. Now, prepare yourself. I'm gonna force you to accept all my affection. Even the bits you don't care for. I wipe Tama's cheeks with my newfound vigor, while she squeaks and sulks. What else? Maybe I'm being a little too hard on her. But I've got to vent my frustrations out somewhere. Isn't that why people have kids in the first place?
Jesus. Yes. That's why I'm gonna have kids, so I can fucking beat them up when I haven't come home from a rough day at work.
Yes, of course.
Why? If I didn't know better, I'd almost think you really were her papa. Wink.
Jesus.
It's because I learned from the best. There's no mother out there better than you. Just fuck already! Oh my god.
I'm not so sure about that, but thank you. If I have you by my side, Mitsuki, I'm sure I can keep doing my very best.
Oh, please. Oh, fuck. It's gotten pretty dark out here, huh?
That's right. The sun set a lot earlier than I expected.
Well, I'm not afraid of the dark. It can't scare me. Hurry up, you two. I want to get to the top of this hill.
It's funny that Tama was so reticent to climb the hill on the way here, but now she's lunging on ahead without a care in the world. Why is she so motivated all of a sudden? Maybe it's the thrill of being buried so deep within a forest. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little excited too.
I know you want to explore, dear, but do watch your step. I don't want you to trip.
Don't worry, Mama. I'm just fine.
Well, if you say so.
Kyoko sighs and shakes her head.
Perhaps it would be better if you held my hand. I don't want you marching ahead of us and twisting your ankle.
Or worse, being mauled to death by one of those boars.
If I see a smelly old boar, I'll just beat it up. That's what magical girls do. Stupid Mitsuki.
Yeah, I have a few doubts about that. Sorry, I actually have to leave for a sec. I need to turn off a light. Alright, sorry about that. The three of us wander around the forest, aimlessly. It was early in the evening when we set off from the Ryokan, and now the sun has set. The sky above our heads is almost entirely obscured by a thick canopy of trees, boughs stretched out over our heads, stark black against the velty blue sky, and leaves rustle ominously. We tramp through the undergrowth, circumnavigating rocks and tangled tree roots, which all seem determined to do us harm. Despite Kyoko's warnings, Tama is soldiering on ahead, the undisputed leader of the pack. Her arms swing back and forth, with almost militaristic discipline. I can't see her expression, but I bet it's set in a serious pout. Why'd you want to get to the top of this hill so badly anyway, Tama?
Isn't it obvious, stupid Mitsuki?
Tama turns to face me and rolls her eyes.
I want to see all of Japan.
All of it.
That's right. I bet I'll even be able to see my house from up here. It's a really, really high hill after all.
I'm not so sure about that. It's a relatively steep hill, yes, but it's no Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji isn't all that far away from Hakone, actually. Now I wonder how Tama would react if we took her up there.
Come on, let's keep going.
Alright. I'm doing the best I can.
Your best isn't good enough.
Oh, damn, Tama, just like all the teachers in high school, huh? How harsh. Oh, fuck, you sound just like my 8th grade math teacher. I sigh and wipe a few beads of sweat from my brow. Have you ever thought about getting into education, Tama?
Nuh-uh, that sounds boring.
But you're a perfect fit for it. You sure know how to crush my confidence into a little shameful cube.
I'm only mean to you because you deserve it. Now stop talking back, maggot! You'll never be a real magical girl like that.
Whoever said I wanted to be a magical girl? And why is she calling me a maggot? Is she a drill sergeant now? Next, she'll tell me to drop and give her 20.
Maybe I shouldn't have suggested we go for a walk. We can't even see the stars out here.
Well, we're not that far from the road camp. We can always go back.
I suppose that is true. I just hope we return in one piece. I'm getting a little worried.
Don't worry, Mama. I'll look after you.
That's very sweet, dear. But I'm your mother. I'm supposed to look after you.
Yeah, but you always look after me. You work so hard, so you should take a break. Leave everything to me.
You know, Tama might be a bit of a brat, but I'd say you've raised quite the reliable daughter. Tama's a sweetheart deep down, isn't she?
Oh, I don't doubt that. She's thoughtful in her own way, but how can I not worry about her? She's only a young girl, no matter how energetic she is. Oh, Tama, please slow down.
But we're really at the top of this hill. We just need to keep going a little more.
I know that, but...
Kyoko gasps for breath as she continues to... Fuck me. Kyoko gasps for breaths as she tries to keep up with her daughter. Skirting around all the trees is proving to be a tough challenge, made all the harder given Kyoko still wearing the pale blue Yakuta from the Ryokan. The Yakuta prevents any long strides, rendering running impossible.
I'm trying to keep up, but...
Kyoko gasps as the heel of her shoe slides against the dirt. If I don't do anything, she's gonna fall... Kyoko! I dash forward. Just in time. Oh. Fuck, dude. I'm handsome.
Yeah, man.
This is like the second time I've seen my face. You know, kind of a shame about my fucked neck. What is this?
Yeah. Can't win them all.
I can't win them all. I wrap my arms around Kyoko's waist before she collapses. Are you alright?
I'm a bit shaken, but I don't think I've sprained anything.
Kyoko laughs bashfully and blinks at me, her cheeks tinged pale pink.
Thank you, Mitsuki. You saved me. You really are my hero. You're the Spider-Man to my Mary Jane. You're the Superman. Oh, not Mary Jane. Fuck. What was the name of that girl?
Yeah, Mary Jane.
Was it Mary Jane? I thought it was Lois Jane. Wasn't that Superman's?
No, Lois Lane is.
Oh fuck!
Superman.
All right. Yeah, I'm not that into the relationships of superheroes. If you can't tell, it's no problem. I mean, it's not like I could let you fall and hurt yourself. Finally, I register the weight of Kyoko's body in my arm. You calling her fat? My eyes rake over her body and my cheeks slowly begin to peak in our close proximity. Her chest is pressed up against mine, and I can feel the weight of her breasts and the warmth of her skin through the fabric of her yukata. Kyoko's body feels very soft and yielding. I wonder how it would be if we were pressed together like this in the Ryukin. My arms around her back and her hands. No. That's a bad thought. That's a naughty thought. Begone, illicit mental images. I can't afford to fantasize about Kyoko when her own daughter is well within earshot. Although, speaking of Tama. Oh, she's fucked off. I disentangle myself from Kyoko, then glance around the dense forest. I think I'm starting to get used to the dark, but where is Tama exactly? Oh. Kyoko, who was busy readjusting her yukata, looks around with wild eyes.
Tama, where are you? Tama. Hey.
Hey, Tama, where'd you run off to? Our voices echo through the forest. I hear a rustling in the undergrowth. A wild animal, perhaps? And the gentle hum of insects. But no Tama. She doesn't reply. Can't she hear us? Where did she go? Kyoko bites her lower lip. Her face, which was already pale, turns whiter still until she looks like a ghost. Almost perfectly bloodless. Oh, I told her not to run off. Why didn't she listen to me? Tama, where are you? Kyoko sets off up the hill with renewed vigor, animated by her fears of losing her daughter. I follow after her, turning my head this way and that as I search for the missing Tama. Tama! Hey, Tama!
Tama, please, come out.
This is no time to play hide and seek, you little brat. Your mother's worried sick.
Tama, please. Tama.
Kyoko's frantic voice tugs at my heartstrings. I wince. Tama really is a pain. She's irritating when she is here, always pounding and sighing and complaining, but now she's gone. But now that she's gone, she's causing even more chaos. I thought she wanted her mother to relax on her trip. How can Kyoko relax with her daughter missing, spirited away to who knows where? Kyoko and I search high and low for Tama, our anxious echoes trailing behind us, to little avail. We're almost at the top of the hill now, but we still haven't seen Tama. The trees around us are starting to thin out. When I lift my head, I can see the night sky spread above me in all its glory. It's very pretty, but I can't afford to let my mind wander. I have to find Tama. Where are you, Tama? Where did you go?
Huh? Why are you shouting so much, stupid Mitsuki?
Tama! My gaze snaps to the right. Where did that voice come from? When I strain my eyes, I think I can see her. There's a young girl standing on the hill, her short hair fluttering in the warm breeze. It's none other than... Oh. Elle, who do you think it is? My money's on Kichi.
God, please no.
You thought I was gone.
Oh God, why would he be here? Please.
Oh. Tom! Kyoko charges towards her daughter like a woman possessed. She's somewhat encumbered by her Yakuza, but not even her restricting clothes can stop her from descending upon Tama and pulling her into a warm, tight embrace.
Why did you run off like that, you silly bean? I was worried sick.
Well, why would you be worried? I said I was gonna climb with you, didn't I?
You did, but... Oh, you ridiculous child. You should have waited for me. I was afraid you'd gotten lost, or that you'd hurt yourself.
Well, I'm not hurt. I'm fine, Mama. I just wanted to look at the stars.
The stars?
Yeah, we couldn't see them in the forest, but they're really clear up here.
Oh.
Slowly, like a sleepwalker, Kyoko lets go of her daughter. She turns, her dark hair fluttering, and looks up at the sky.
My goodness.
The sky above our heads is dark blue. I can see stars twinkling here and there, setting into the fabric of the sky like granules of sugar. The moon, which is round and full, illuminates us with its milky glow. The air, meanwhile, throngs with clusters of white dots, flickering uneasily in the summer sky. Fireflies. This glade is alive with shiny stars and humming insects. It's so picturesque, it almost looks like a scene from a movie. I forgot how to say that word.
Cicadas?
I can hear cicadas humming in the undergrowth, while the fireflies glow and the grass sways in the wind. Thank fuck you're here. I'd be fucked. This game only requires reading and I fucking suck at it. When I inhale, I can smell the earth and the trees and the plants all around me. It's deep and rich and comforting. This whole forest is bursting at the seams with life, and I never noticed until now.
Don't you think it's pretty, Mama?
Tama grins like an astronomer might upon discovering a new planet.
I found all the stars. I'm the first one who found them. That means I finally get a prize.
Alright, here's your prize. I grab hold of Tama's waist and ruffle the top of her head with one hand. I'm not particularly gentle about it, and Tama squawks like a chicken and tries to jump away. To limited effect, I might add.
Hey, McFuckley, what's that for?
It's for avoiding your mother, you little whelk. Whelk? Okay. You really should have stayed put, you know.
But there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I just wanted to see the stars.
You would have seen them anyway. All you had to do was wait.
But waiting's boring.
Why, you little... I prepare another assault on Tama's noggin, but Kyoko remains oddly quiet. I thought she'd scold Tama more, but instead, her eyes are completely captivated by the stars. She's looking up at the sky, her head tipped back, her dark hair fluttering in the breeze.
My. You're right, Tama. The sky really is lovely. You can't see the stars very clearly in Kawasaki, but they look so bright here. It almost feels like I could reach out and touch them.
Can I?
Tama starts jumping up and down, arm extended, fingers outstretched. Her pose reminds me of a little ballerina's. But unlike a ballerina, Tama isn't very graceful.
I wanna touch the stars, Mama. I wanna touch them. I wanna know what they feel like.
Hot, probably.
The stars are hot.
Incredibly hot. You know, they're all burning up in space, right? If your fingers so much as brushed against one of those stars, then...
Then what?
Goodbye, fingers.
No way. That wouldn't happen. Would it?
Would you like to find out?
It'll be fine. I'm a magical.
Oh, sorry, El. Do you find this boring?
No. Continue.
Fine. I will.
Yeah.
I'm a magical well. I'm not afraid of anything.
Oh, how brave. So I take it you wouldn't cry in horror while all the flesh melts off your fingers like string cheese. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Beep.
Tama's face turns white. She hurries to Kyoko's side, fingers reaching out into the gloom, and grabs hold of her mother's Yakuta.
I don't want to lose my fingers.
Don't worry, Tama. Mitsuki's just teasing you. Fingers don't melt. Jet fuel doesn't melt fingers.
He lives?
That's right. Don't listen to him. He's being a bully.
She brought it on herself. If she doesn't want me to be mean to her, she shouldn't have run off.
Well, you might be right, but at least we found her again. I'm glad she didn't go too far.
See? Stupid Mitsuki.
Tama peeks out from behind Kyoko's back and sticks out her tongue.
Bleh. Mama loves me. She's way, way nicer than you are.
But
Kyoko takes hold of Tama's hand and gives her fingers a tight squeeze.
I'm not gonna let you run off again, young lady. I'm going to hold on to your hand until we get back to Ryokan, and I won't let you go no matter how much you squirm.
But I want to explore on my own.
No.
Kyoko grips Tama's hand a little more firmly and her daughter winces.
I'll not let you run off and put yourself in danger again. Your palm mama was so scared, I thought my heart was going to stop.
You were scared, Mama.
That's right. Horribly so.
But I was fine. I'm not in any danger. I didn't get hurt, so you don't need to hold my hand.
Well, I'm not going to anyway. It's for my peace of mind, alright?
Well, if it'll make you feel better, then okay. I'm sorry for worrying you, Mama.
Good girl. That's all I wanted to hear.
Kyoko smiles at her daughter and Tama smiles back up at her. It almost feels like I've been forgotten. Oh well. I can always take solace in the starry night sky. Though the stars are burning masses of plasma light years away, they look surprisingly close. I inhale, taking in the smell of the great outdoors. The wind ruffles my hair, but it isn't harsh, biting wind. We're in the height of summer and the breeze in this forest feels pleasantly warm, like a gentle caress. This brings back memories.
Oh, did you used to go stargazing back in Aomori, Mitsuki?
Not really. I never really cared about stuff like that. To be honest, I was more obsessed with the pretty girls at school than whatever was twinkling above my head at night.
Well, that figures. Boys,
Boys will be boys.
Mhm.
I guess. My dad was interested in the stars. He was pretty good at picking out constellations, but I was never very invested. I couldn't find the summer triangle if you asked me, but I guess I miss the stars more than I thought. It makes me think of home.
Mitsuki.
Kyoko takes a few steps towards me. Loose twigs and leaves crunch beneath the heels of her shoes.
It's been a while since you went back home, hasn't it?
A few months, yeah.
Do you feel homesick?
I don't know. Maybe a little. It's funny. When I was living out in Orimori for all those years, I was sick and tired of how small it was. All the trees and fields felt kind of oppressive. It was boring and nothing ever happened. I would have given my right arm to get within spitting distance of Tokyo, but, well, now that I'm here...
You've learned Tokyo is a place, much like any other?
I guess. The big city sounds impressive on paper, but living in it isn't all it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of people, sure, and the roads are always busy, but, well, what was I expecting? Streets paved with gold? Real life isn't like a fairy tale. I mean, I hear North Korea's got streets paved with gold.
We do.
No one knows. I should have tempered my expectations accordingly.
Do you want to go back home?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess the city is my home now, for the time being at least, and anyway. I'm glad I was able to meet you.
Oh, well, thank you, Mitsuki. I'm glad I was able to meet you too. Wink. It really was kind of you to stay in Kawasaki and babysit Tama for me. I don't know what I would have done without you. You saved me a lot of trouble, but I do feel somewhat guilty. I might be your friend at least. I would like to believe so, but I'm not your family. I can't replace your mother or father, and your grandparents or aunts and uncles. Maybe you should have gone back to see them after all.
Maybe, but I don't mind.
Are you sure?
I raise my arms above my head, stretching. My body feels rather tired, perhaps because of our little trek in the countryside, coupled with my lack of sleep last night. I was so het up about this trip to the hot springs with Kyoko, I could barely get any shut-eye. When I did, my dreams were filled with hazy images of Kyoko and Yukata, the fabric slowly sliding down her naked skin. I call my parents pretty often, and I think they're doing fine. I helped look after their store for 5 years. I think it's about time I got out the countryside. I still miss it, but I don't know if I want to go back there. Not yet, just yet, anyway. I'm having lots of fun with you, after all. Maybe that sounds selfish, but it's how I feel.
I don't think it's selfish. You told me a good deal. I just worry. It sounds...
It sounds like you worry a lot.
I can't help it. It's part of who I am. Getting away from the city helps, though. My head feels a lot clearer now. The stars really are pretty.
They sure are. Kyoko and I look up at the stars, suspended in space above our heads. Though the stars are far away, they've never looked brighter. Wink. I sigh as the warm water of the hot springs caresses my aching, exhausted body. The walk I took of Kyoko and Tama through the winding countryside took more out of me than I imagined it would. I really have gone soft over the last few months. Well, it's amazing what living in the city will do to a man's stamina. Although, I try to console myself, it's not just that I'm lazy. That's a part of it, yeah, but I really didn't get any sleep last night. I yawn, pressing one hand against my mouth to stifle the sound. Not that I need to bother. There aren't that many people here so late at night. I doubt one tired boy would distract anyone. I don't really want to fall asleep in here, though. That might be dangerous. I shift my bare thighs, rubbing against the smooth rocks beneath me, and slap both my cheeks with my palms. The damp, wet smack echoes across the sleepy summer sky, and the elven men relaxing in the spring turns to give me a curious look. I yawn again. My damp fingers splayed across my open mouth. Idly, I find my thoughts drifting towards Kyoko. Is she looking at the same starry sky as me from the female baths? Images flicker through my mind like a guttering flame. Kyoko wearing her waitress uniform, greeting me with surprise in a petite jardin. Kyoko lying on the beach, her back exposed, glancing at me over her shoulder. Kyoko offering me a bite of her shaved ice, a small smile painting her lips. Apparently not her being naked in the bathtub, though. I would have thought I remembered that pretty well. I've seen many different sides to Kyoko during the last few months. Bit by bit, we've become closer than I ever imagined. Kyoko might be alone in the world, just like the stars in the sky, but she's never let that stop her before. She's much, much more amazing than I could ever hope to be. And I don't think she even realizes it. She doesn't know how much she means to me, and she doesn't know how much I care about her. She has no idea, but there's no reason things have to stay that way. In fact, the more I examine my feelings for Kyoko, the more I want to tell her. I want her to know how I feel. I don't know if Kyoko will return my feelings or not, but I can't let fear stop me. Then I'd never be able to forgive myself. I need to be honest with myself. I need to be honest with her. This quiet area of the world, surrounded by the trees and framed with stars, is almost painfully beautiful. I can't think of a better place to lay my heart bare. Oh.
The hot springs really were refreshing.
Kyoko smiles contentedly. Wait, what? Kyoko smiles contentedly. Like a cat caught napping in the sunlight and stretches her arms above her head.
What did you think, Natsuki?
It was pretty nice, yeah. Though it might have been nicer if Kyoko were relaxing in the warm waters with me, bro. Who am I kidding? If that had happened, my whole face would have turned beet red from embarrassment. There's no way I would be able to cope with something like that. The mere sight of Kyoko in the Yakuta, her skin damp and her hair sticking to her cheeks, is already too much for my tiny mortal mind. How has this guy managed to control his erections? Like, honest to God. The girl he's in love with. He's seen her naked. He's seen her in a bunch of fetish cosplay outfits. He's, like, alone with her in a room, constantly. Man's got incredible willpower.
Saving up.
He's saving up. He hasn't spanked the bank.
He's got money in the bank.
He hasn't spanked the bank since he's left Aomori. I feel kind of tired, though.
Tired? Oh dear. I hope you're not coming down with a fever.
I think I'm fine. I just need to get some rest.
Well, I wonder. Your face does look rather red, Natsuki. Let me see.
See what? What are you doing? Kyoko presses her hand against my forehead. My long, tousled bangs are being swept up by Kyoko's thumb and index finger, while her bare palm rests against my brow. Her skin is still a little moist from the hot springs, and it feels warm against my flushed skin. Kyoko? I glance at her shyly, my eyes wide. She's taller than me. Everybody's taller than me. I'm such a dashing hero. Not. What are you doing?
Feeling your temperature, of course.
Of course. I shift from food to food, awkwardly. Isn't this something you usually do with a small child?
That's right. You always take my temperature like that, mama.
Oh, yes. You might be right. I'm sorry, Mitsuki. I hope I didn't overstep my boundaries.
No, you don't need to worry. I'm glad you care about me, really.
But maybe I should have been more thoughtful. You're not Tama's age, and I don't see you in that way either.
And in what way do you see me? Raises eyebrow. Well, I sure hope not. I told myself I'd confess to Kyoko back in the hot springs, but that might be tricky after being treated like a little kid. Is that really how Kyoko sees me? The thought doesn't fill me with much confidence.
I'm just used to checking Tama's temperature like that, so I didn't think. A sigh.
A sigh.
For somebody who's so used to... for somebody who used to get such good grades in high school, I can be rather thoughtless sometimes.
I don't think you're thoughtless. You were just doing what you know best. So, what's the verdict, Doctor?
Verdict?
That's right. Am I too sick to walk? Do I need to be quarantined? My arms and legs won't fall off, will they?
Oh no, you're a bit warm from the bath, but I don't think you have a temperature. I was worrying too much, as per usual.
Well, I'd rather you worry about me too much as opposed to not at all. There's nothing wrong with me, though. I'm just a bit tired, like I said. It's nice and quiet out here in Hakone. I should be able to sleep soundly tonight. That is, if I'm able to confess to Kyoko smoothly without anything going wrong.
I hope so too. I think I need to have an early night too. I need to be in tip-top form for when I get back from work, so I can handle all my shifts without complaining.
I bet you never complain, Kyoko.
I do my best not to, but even I can get annoyed by unpleasant customers.
I can imagine. Though Kyoko might appear mild-mannered, she has an iron will, which makes itself most apparent during our study sessions. Beyond that, someone fucked up.
Right.
Beyond that,
Genteel.
Genteel?
Genteel.
I thought this game was proofread.
No, wait, it is a word, actually.
Is it?
I don't know what it means.
Oh, we gotta go see a
I've
sign
seen
out.
it before.
Genteel. What the fuck does this word mean? Characterized by exaggerated or affected politeness, refinement, or respectability. Well, fuck me then.
Yeah, I don't see it used very often.
This is what a private school education got me. Fuck me, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, private school. No, I went to public school. I don't even know it either.
You know some words better than me, though.
Yeah, maybe one.
Anyway, beyond that gentle facade lies a spirit made of steel. But that's why I like Kyoko so much to begin with, isn't it?
I hope I'll be able to make it through the next few months without any incident. I'm going to aim to be the waitress of the year.
That's it. Dream big, Kyoko.
It's not really a big dream. It's rather small compared to the dreams other people might have. Some may even say it's insignificant. Certainly, compared to the dreams I had when I was still in school, and the hopes my parents had for me.
But Kyoko breaks off, shaking her head.
Oh well, it's still my dream, and I won't let anybody stand in my way.
And it's my dream to become a magical girl. I'm gonna be up all the bad guys.
Well said, Tama. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But, for now, I think you should do your dreaming tucked up in bed. It's getting late.
But we're on holiday. I don't wanna sleep.
Nonsense. You keep rubbing your eyes, and you're barely watching the TV. Off to bed with you. Chop chop.
But I don't wanna. We're in the countryside and it's dark. We better do that thing.
What thing?
The thing where you tell scary stories. Duh.
Scary stories. I don't particularly want to stay up all night entertaining Tama with frightening tales. That'll get in the way of my big confession. What to do? Funking. Maybe... It's true sharing stories is a tradition whenever kids go on holiday.
Then we better do it. I wanna tell a scary story.
Usually people take it in turns to tell stories about the flickering candle, but we don't have any of those. Is that really alright?
It's fine. I don't care about the candles. I wanna hear a story.
But you won't get the authentic experience.
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Well, if you insist. I get to my feet and turn off the lights. Then I pick up the remote and turn off the TV. The game show on the screen disappears, plunging our room into an almost eerie state of silence. Now, all I can hear is the sound of the wind beyond our windows. Oh, wait, Gary, what's up? Wait, is Gary still here?
It's not part of the script.
Sorry, I'm reading a previous script. I'm sorry to like anyone, by the way, who like actually writes in chat. I don't have a second monitor, so I can't really check. I pretty much just alt tab, and that's my way of checking. I guess I have my phone, but I'm lazy and can't be fucked to turn my head right. So... Anyway, I've got a really, really good scary story for you, Tama. It'll turn the blood in your veins to ice.
Yeah? Just do your best. I bet you can't scare me, smelly Mitsuki.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Mitsuki.
Kyoko casts me an anxious look.
You're not going to frighten her too much, are you? I don't want her to be so scared she can't sleep.
Don't worry, Kyoko. I have a plan.
Plan?
This is a tale my mother used to tell me as a child, and it never failed to have its desired effect. It's called The Time That Paso Went to Sleep with Goobs at MEO. Some frightening shit. I grin wickedly, leaning in a little closer to the trembling Tama. This is a story about a young girl named Tama.
The girl in the story has the same name as me?
That's right. What a coincidence. Tama isn't a very common name, you know.
And what happened next? Did something bad happen to Tama?
Oh, it was very bad. Horribly bad, in fact. You see, this Tama was a very, very naughty girl who didn't want to go to sleep when her mother told her. She adamantly refused to shut her eyes, even as the sun set and the sky turned black. And do you know what happened to her then?
What?
A big black crow, some could even say a BBC, swooped in through her bedroom window and pecked out her eyes for being such a rude, disobedient girl. Ah, yeah. Hey, Gary. I mean, if Goops is down for it, you can have you can join us. We'll invite all of MEO over to have a slumber party at his place. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I gotta do a crow voice.
Caw, caw. What do crows sound like? They don't speak.
I got an idea. I'll try and do a Reaper impression. Fuck, how the fuck am I meant to do a Reaper impression? If you won't go to sleep when your mother tells you to, said the crow, then I'll take your eyes and you can live in the eternal darkness forever. Okay, this guy sounds more like a hippie than a crow, but Vim Reaper, but okay. And that, I finished my spooky tale with a small flourish, is the unfortunate fate that befalls all naughty girls who don't go to bed at a sensible time. Less than 5 minutes later, Tama is tucked up inside the futon Kyoko prepared for her, fast asleep. It's that easy. I knew that story would do the trick. I'll have to thank my mother for regaling me with it so many times during my own childhood. Now it's just me and her.
Tama really does look sweet when she's asleep.
Kyoko eyes Tama's sleeping form fondly. Tama is cosseted up beneath her covers, the sheets pulled up beneath her chin. Her eyelids are closed, her eyelashes matted together. Her loose hair spills across her pillow, and her fingers are curled gently, as though grasping for something. She's a lot quieter this way. I must say, I approve. Kyoko laughs and shakes her head.
I'm sorry if she's been a bother, Mitsuki. I know looking after her can be a bit, shall I say, challenging.
Oh, no, I'm happy to help. Really. In fact, now that she's fast asleep, I'm almost starting to miss Tama's incessant chatter. The quote was German. Sorry, I fucked it. It would make being alone with Kyoko more bearable. I can't remember the last time I was truly alone with Kyoko. Tom has always been there, sulking or laughing or just watching TV. I suppose the last time Kyoko and I spoke like this was a couple months ago when she cleaned up my ears in her apartment. Oh, now that was an experience.
I still don't like that.
Just got dig in there,
No,
excavating, digging for gold. I think that might have been the moment when I started developing feelings for her too. What a weird point to start liking
What?
someone. Hey, this girl cleans my ears pretty good. I wish I could come out and confess now, but that would be way too sudden. I need to prepare my heart. And what better way to do that than drinking? There are cups on the table filled with aromatic green tea. There are cups on the table filled not with aromatic green tea, but plum sake. Sake. Kyoko decided to order some alcohol after Tama went to sleep.
To celebrate winning a raffle.
As Kyoko said. I don't feel much like celebrating though. I'm just drinking in the hopes it'll loosen my tongue a little. Maybe with some alcohol in my blood. My blood? Maybe with some alcohol in my blood, I'll stop feeling quite so self-conscious.
You know.
Kyoko's soft, gentle voice finally draws me from my self-obsessed musings. Kyoko's sitting at the same table as I, but on the opposite side. She's nursing the glass of plum sake in her right hand, and her head turned towards the window. I turn too, for want of somewhere to put my eyes. I'm worried if I let my gaze hover over Kyoko for too long, she'll see me staring. According to the clock on the wall, it's around 11:30, almost midnight. The sky is pitch black, the darkness broken by a sweep of stars and round pale moon. Actually, I think you'll find it is midnight. I can see the silhouettes of trees shaking in the breeze, their branches extended like fingers. It's almost eerie, but beautiful at the same time.
You really have been a help. You really have helped me a lot over the last few months, Mitsuki. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You'd get along just fine, like you did before I arrived in Kawasaki, and like you will after I leave.
You aren't going to leave Kawasaki, are you?
Oh, no, I don't have any plans like that. Unless I fail my entrance exams, I guess.
Well, that's good, because you won't fail them.
And what makes you so sure of that?
Because I've been tutoring you. If you failed after receiving my help, it would reflect very highly on me.
I guess.
Yikes.
Oof, better. Bro, now you gotta get it.
Yeah. Otherwise, she's gonna be super upset about this.
Then you'll have to have hate sex. Then I'll have to make sure I get accepted into the most prestigious university in Tokyo. That's the only way to properly thank you for your help.
That's right. You do that.
Yeah, you go do that.
Yeah, you do that. Do the thing. Hurry up.
My teachers all predicted I'd get good grades. They thought I'd be able to get into any university I applied to. You'll be a credit anywhere you go, Kyoko. A girl like you is bound to succeed in whatever endeavors you embark upon. That's what they said. They all believed I'd do their school proud. They had faith in me, but I let them down quite terribly. I must be such a disappointment.
Hey. My shyness forgotten, I find myself spurred into action by Kyoko's gloomy reminiscences. I reach across the table, careful not to drape the sleeve of my yukata into my cup of sake, and link Kyoko's fingers with my own. Ooh, the man's doing moves, bro. You're not a disappointment. At least, I don't think you are. Ooh.
Just fuck already.
Just fuck already.
Just fuck already. Come on.
You might not have gone to university, but you've done so many wonderful things with your life. You gave birth to a beautiful daughter, and you're raising her on your own, all while holding down a steady job. You've had to suffer a lot of hardships in your life, but you've come out fighting. If that's what failure looks like, I hate to think what people would call me.
There's nothing wrong with you, Mitsuki. You're still a young boy. You have your whole life ahead of you.
I'm only 1 year younger than you are.
But you don't have the responsibilities I do. You have so many chances, so many opportunities.
And it's because of your support that I can pursue them. I was drifting before I met you. I didn't really have a goal in mind. I wasn't studying properly, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't see the point. Being with you and Tama, though, making you happy, it gave me a purpose, I guess. Some sort of motivation. I swallow, my shyness once more overwhelming me, and drop my gaze to the tabletop. It's... fuck's sake. Its lacquered surface glows in the moonlight, like the inside of a seashell. Get the A so she can get the D. Well, I guess that sounds kind of arrogant. It's not like I see you and Tama as motivators, you know. You're your own people with your own thoughts and feelings and wishes and worries. You don't exist for my sake and to make my life any easier. But I'm glad I met you, all the same. You say you need me, but I think I'm the one who needs you.
Ooh.
If I hadn't met you, I doubt I would have made any progress. I probably would have given up and gone back to Aomori already. Sometimes, I still think about it. But I know my lovely tutor wouldn't like to have her hard work wasted. That's enough to make me reconsider. I grin at Kyoko in the hopes of lifting her spirits, and it seems to have the desired effect. Our eyes meet. Kyoko's face turns pink and she shakes her head, but a smile rises to her lips all the same.
Well, you're right about that. I was never able to go to university, so you have to go on my behalf. Maybe I'll be able to go there one day, but for now... I want you to pass your exams, get into university, then tell me everything about your new life. I'm going to live vicariously through you. I'm going to shape you into the model student I always wanted to be.
Kyoko's eyes crease, and then she starts to laugh. I think she might be putting on a show for my benefit, but who am I to try and dig behind her bravado? I'd like to think I'm more thoughtful than that. Really, Kyoko. Thank you. You make living in the city much, much more bearable.
Bearable, is it? That's hardly high praise. Now I'm curious. What was your childhood like? Were you happier when you were younger?
Well, let me see. I lived in a quiet village. It was like a ghost town, really. The population was tiny, the roads were all overgrown, and it was a huge pain to get anywhere or do anything. When I was a kid, I really resented it. I got so jealous when I saw all those dramas set in the city. It seems like a completely different place to me. I wanted to leave as soon as possible, and I think a part of me even resented my mother when she got into an accident. I was chained to Aomori for 5 years longer than I really wanted. I thought I was going to go mad. Now that I've left, though, well, I never imagined, back when I was a moody teenager trapped in the boonies, that I'd one day grow to miss my tiny village, but
people don't always stay the same.
That's right. We change with each new experience, and the things we value as teenagers may no longer matter when we grow older. My village, which felt like a prison in my youth, is more like a haven to me now. It was a place where I grew up, cossetted and carefree, without any real worries. I had no real problems back then, so I had to invent problems to worry about. I bemoaned Aomori's critical lack of arcades, how long it took for packages to arrive, and our crappy transportation system. But I was more blessed than I knew. I never realized how much I loved my family until I left them behind. I guess what they say really is true. The grass always looks greener on the other side. When you get to that other side, you inevitably start missing what you left. I laugh a little, bemused at my confession, and take another sip of my plum sake. I'm sorry for talking so much, and all about myself too. I must sound so self-centered.
I don't think you're self-centered. Sometimes, it's important to talk about our feelings. We keep our emotions to ourselves so often, out of fear of upsetting people. But then it builds and builds until it becomes too much to deal with.
Do you ever feel like you have too much to deal with?
I used to. All the time, in fact. I kept telling myself I had to do my best for Thomas' sake. I couldn't let myself get discouraged, stressed, or unhappy, because that would only make things more difficult for her. What kind of parent would I be if I had to make my own child worry? I always thought Thomas had a father. Maybe he could shoulder some of my burdens. But she doesn't, and I have to deal with everything on myself. Sometimes, it feels like too much for one person to bear. I've managed the best I can, but sometimes tiny things like forgetting an order at work or being berated by a customer make me feel like a failure. I've cried in the restroom at work more times than I care to admit.
Kyoko. Kyoko's sitting there peacefully, her fingers folded in her lap and her head bowed, but I can hear the pain in her voice. She really has suffered over these last few years. She's suffered more than she lets on, only because she doesn't want anybody, not her work colleagues or the mothers at Thomas' school, or even her own daughter, to judge her. She's done all her crying in private, where nobody can see her. She's been working so hard this whole time, and nobody even knew. I hope you're not crying in the restroom anymore.
Oh, I haven't for a while. Not since I met you. Wink.
Oh,
Wink.
oh, oh, oh. Kyoko gets to her feet. Her Yakuda sliding down one shoulder. What? Did I say Yakuda wrong?
No.
Oh, it's actually said Yakuda.
No. Yukata.
You didn't think to correct me all this time?
Nope.
You're a great friend, though. Kyoko gets to her feet, her Yukata
Yukata.
sliding down one shoulder, and circles the table. Her long dark hair is loose, and it falls around her shoulders like a veil. Are they gonna fuck already?
Not yet.
Her cheeks are much redder than usual. How much has she drunk, anyway? And her gait is a little awkward, like a newborn deer's. Despite that, however, she still looks gorgeous. In fact, framed by the moonlight, her brown eyes glowing like liquid amber, I don't think she's ever looked more beautiful. So much for not staring. I can't take my eyes off her.
I'm so happy I met you, Mitsuki. My life used to be lonely. Sometimes it was painful. I don't like to complain. I know there are people who have had lives far worse than mine, but I felt sad all the same. I thought, on more than one occasion, that maybe I should have given up on Tama while I had the chance. If it weren't for her, my life would be so much different. I would be able to get a degree and a decent job, and my parents would still talk to me. My father would be proud of me, and perhaps my old boyfriend wouldn't have left me, or maybe I would have found somebody even better. I'd be more successful than I am now, and more accomplished and more respectful. I'd be many things, but I don't know if I'd be happier. Sometimes I found myself thinking that my life would be better without my daughter. But it's too late to go back. I already made my choice, and now I wouldn't trade her for the world. though I've endured so much for Tama's sake. She really does mean the world to me. I love her. I love her so, so much. But loving her hasn't always been easy. Sometimes when I feel down, I blame her for everything bad that's ever happened to me. Do you think that sounds callous? Heartless? You say I'm a good lover. But I don't know.
I don't think it's callous. People can think a lot of things, but that doesn't make them bad people. You've lived a harder life than most, and it's alright, I think, if you sometimes get upset. It's alright to be sad, and it's alright to be angry, and it's alright to resent what's happened to you. It's normal. You're normal, Kyoko. This girl that you're in love with. Yeah, you're pretty normal.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'll settle.
I'll settle for this. It's not that bad.
You're doing the best you can, even in a difficult situation. And no matter what happens, you always put Tama first. That's what makes you a wonderful mother. Kyoko blinks, her long dark lashes bead with moisture like small applique pearls. The moonlight makes her tears look almost celestial, as though they belong not to a human woman, but to some kind of goddess. Alright, bro, bring it down a bit. Yeah, okay, but Kyoko isn't a goddess. She's no saint or martyr either. She's a normal woman. Sometimes she gets upset, and sometimes she gets angry. And sometimes she breaks down in tears when she thinks she can't go on. But she can. She always does.
Thank you for being so understanding, Mitsuki. I was always afraid to tell you this, in case you turned against me, but even knowing this, you still support me. I really do appreciate it.
What are you thanking me for? You're the one putting all the work in. I babysit Tama every once in a while, sure, but you've been looking after her your whole life. Well, all of Tama's life.
That's true, but nobody else was ever willing to lend me a hand, or even to listen to me. Not Tama's father, or my parents, or any of my neighbors. But you're different. Everything's been so much easier since I met you. I've been able to spend more time with my daughter, and we've been doing so many fun things together lately. Now I know I don't need to do everything on my own. I'm not on my own. I have Tama, but I have you too.
Ooh, bro. He's in.
He's in.
Now's the time to make your move, buddy.
Now's the time.
His knees are weak.
Press Q. Just press W.
I'm detecting the start of a gravitic flux. Graviton Surge is ready.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I'm ready to go whole hog. That's right. You have me.
You're not going to leave?
No, I won't leave.
Even if you feel homesick?
Even so. I don't want to leave you now, or Tama for that matter. She's even been telling her friends at school that I'm her father.
Oh my. She has?
That's right. I bet all the mothers have been gossiping about it, including that awful Ayako. Blech.
Oh dear. If Ayako's heard about that, it's inevitable she'll have told everybody else. That woman is a menace.
She wouldn't know what personal privacy was if it bit her on the chin.
I'm inclined to agree. This is going to cause such a stir when I take Tama back to school.
I'm sorry, Kyoko. I thought I should clear up the misunderstanding myself, but... well... I don't think I'd mind too terribly if I really was Tama's father. Uh-huh. Kyoko stares at me, her eyes a touch too large for her face. Her cheeks, already pink from the alcohol, turn pinker still.
Mitsuki, you mean...
That's right. I reach out, caressing Kyoko's cheek with my fingertips. I like you, Kyoko. I like you a lot. In fact, I breathe in, trying to gather my courage. I think I love you.
Oh. Mitsuki.
Kyoko sighs softly. The noise catches in her throat, so it sounds more like a sob.
This is all rather sudden, but
It's alright if you don't return my feelings. I didn't imagine you would. I know you're busy looking after Tama and any kind of romance, which is get in the way. If I'm being too forward,
no, that isn't it.
ooh, I'm ready. Show me the goods.
I just meant,
Another pause. Alright. Quick survey. What do you think she's gonna say?
It's gonna be something like
Always love
another bait and switch.
Tom
Thomas just gonna show up.
Tom wakes up.
Hey, mama.
Just ruins the moment.
Yeah.
Back out before she asks you to marry her. Hey, I'm cool marrying this girl.
Yeah, she's already got a kid. You don't even need to go through the process. It's like you get 2 for 1.
Yeah, I don't need to worry.
this is all happening so fast, but I do like you, Mitsuki. You've made my life so much less lonely than that.
Kyoko's eyelids flutter closed. A few tears leak from her lashes and trickle slowly down her cheeks like melting wax. She leans in a little closer. Oh. I can feel her chest pressed against mine. Ooh.
Ooh.
I can feel her breath on my cheek. Ooh.
Okay.
I can feel my dick in her vagina. Imagine if that's the scene and this is how I get banned. The 4th stream I've ever done.
Perfect.
I can feel...
Oh yeah. And then Summer walks in and you get 2 in the Graviton search.
Wait. Also, how is it the win if you end up married with a kid, but didn't have sex to help make either of those things happen?
Just skipping a process.
Anyway, back to the moment at hand. Don't wait. What was that? Her lips. She's kissing me. She's actually kissing me. In the movies and TV shows I've seen, kisses are generally instigated by the men, but this is different. Yeah, she likes to be dominant. I don't
Yeah, she likes to be a teacher.
I don't reciprocate. I can't. I'm so stunned, my whole body might as well have turned to glass. I feel just as brittle. I can only sit there, my eyes open, while Kyoko impresses a soft, gentle kiss against my lips. It's a chaste kiss, like something exchanged in the playground between two children, ignorant of the implications of their actions, but it's very, very sweet. A fleeting touch of the lips which tastes faintly of alcohol. A gentle memory softer than the falling snow. I already know, as I sit there, still reeling, that I'll treasure this moment. Forever. Oh, and that was it. When I finally fall asleep that night, my mind lingers on the images of Kyoko's lips. Apparently she tried to eat me afterwards. Like a tarantula. I see her, eyes closed, fingers resting gently against my cheek as she leans in slowly. Slowly. The distinctive taste of plum sake dances on the tip of my tongue. Jesus, did they French kiss? Part of me is afraid that now I finally have what I want. It'll slip through my fingers with the coming of dawn. What if that snatched kiss was nothing more than an illusion? A desperate daydream. It's impossible to tell. Nothing feels real anymore. As I predicted, when the following morning finally arrives... Hey Randy Savage, how you doing?
Mitsuki, wake up!
Oh my, get off of me.
Won't get off. Wake up. It's time for breakfast.
Oh, hey, bitch. Now I just turned out to be an abusive fucking person and stop being really mean to them both.
Come on, Tama. Don't jump on Mitsuki like that. You're getting to be a big girl, and you'll hurt him.
I'm not hurting him. I'm trying to help.
And how is breaking one of his ribs going to help him, little madam?
He needs to get up and have his breakfast. Otherwise he'll starve.
Are you sure you're not talking about yourself?
It's as though nothing ever happened. I wash my face in the bathroom, brush my teeth, then put on the yukata I wore yesterday. The two Himuros and I go to the small restaurant located outside the inn, where we partake in a very traditional Japanese breakfast. White rice, grilled fish, pickled plums, raw eggs, and miso soup. As we eat, Tama chatters 19 to the dozen about whatever pops into her head. Okay, that was a weird sentence. Kyoko indulges her, laughing at her daughter's jokes and patting her on the head. Kyoko doesn't talk to me about the kiss. What a surprise. In fact, she doesn't even seem to remember it. Oh, bro, I'm so sorry. After breakfast, we return to our room and change into our casual clothes. Kyoko packs the suitcase, and I hasten to help her. Our fingers brush while I hand her Tama's folded pajamas, but Kyoko doesn't even blush. She merely smiles and thanks me for my help. We check out of the ryokan before midday. The sun is high in the sky, warm and bright, like the yolks of raw eggs we ate at breakfast. The three of us walk back to the station, Tama in the middle, our fingers entwined. The wind catches in Kyoko's hair, making it flutter behind her like a veil, and her long skirt dances around her ankles during the descent downhill. The soles of our shoes strike against the ground in an almost perfect harmony, a melody of gentle thuds. To anybody who happens to see us walking down the hill, or across the street, or waiting at the station, we must look like the quintessential happy family. So completely normal it borders on cliché. Mommy and Daddy and me. That's what Thomas seems to see us as, but that isn't entirely accurate. I'm not Thomas' father, no matter what she tells her classmates. We're not a real family. Kyoko and I kissed last night, but that moment seems hazy and indistinct when I'm held up to the light of day. Why did Kyoko do it? Is it because she pitied me? don't know. That doesn't seem quite right either. Then again, none of it really does. Maybe Kyoko didn't know what she was doing. She had to been drinking after all. Well, I don't think she was drinking all that much. It could have impaired her judgment. Would she have kissed me at any other time, at any other place? Without the cover of the night and the smell of plum sake holding in the air? I just got reminded of at this time of the month, at this time of day, steamed clams.
Aurora Borealis.
Kyoko, that's the Aurora Borealis over there. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to feel. But I do know whether Kyoko's kiss was an expression of love, a token of appreciation, or a mere whim. I don't begrudge her for it. No shit. How could I ever be upset with her when I care about her so much? I just wish I knew how she really felt. Now, I have no idea what to think. You should think of her as you go to sleep. Could it be? Was that all a dream? No, it wasn't. The summer days trickle by like sand in an hourglass, and I soon fall into a comfortable routine. I spend most of my time babysitting Tama. I take her to the park, watch magical girl shows by her side, and teach her how to cook. In the evenings, when Kyoko comes home from work, the three of us eat together, just like a family. Tama tells Kyoko excitedly about her day, and Kyoko smiles and nods her head in appropriate places. Then Kyoko assumes her role as my teacher and runs through my English vocab. The days are very slow and relaxing, almost seeming to melt into one another. I'm not unhappy. In fact, I'm rather pleased with the way things are. But, and this might be my imagination, I don't feel as close to Kyoko as I did before. She's still helping me study, but it feels like she's keeping me at a distance. On the rare occasions our shoulders brush or our fingers touch when we turn the pages of my textbook, she recoils. That's not a good sign. Kyoko isn't being unkind. In fact, it's anything but. We've been spending more time together than ever before, but something is subtly off about our interactions in a way I can't quite describe. What happened? What changed? It seems like Kyoko can't remember the kiss, but why is she behaving so differently around me? She isn't being aloof or cold, but maybe she doesn't want to lead me on. Perhaps this is her attempt at showing me kindness. She doesn't want to be involved in a relationship with me, so she's doing her best to draw back while it isn't too late. Is that it? I wish I knew. And so, my summer vacation nears its inevitable end, bringing with it the biggest challenge yet. Oh shit. This is the final boss battle. This feels like... I'm telling you what this is going to be an exact representation of. It's when you're playing Ana, right? And you have a Genji who has Dragon Blade.
Right.
And you have Nano Boost. And you say, Genji, just call when you want Nano Boost. And he instantly does it. And he breaks your LOS.
Oh no. It's the worst.
It's the worst feeling. I wouldn't know about it because I'm a chat and I play tanks, but, you know.
Yeah. Of course.
Come on, Tama, you have to do your summer homework. Tama lies on the floor and kicks her bare feet.
I don't wanna.
You might not want to, but you have to. School starts next Monday, and you have so much left to do. I look at the stack of books piled on the table, and sigh. To be honest, I think giving such a young girl so much work is a bit excessive. I don't remember having to do so much when I was a kid, but maybe I erase those painful memories from my mind. I never liked doing my summer homework either. Oh god, hates to be in Japan, bro. Does any kid? All the same, I am an adult, and I can't let Tama slack off. I don't think Kyoko would appreciate if I let her only daughter fall into the life of degeneracy, especially at the tender age of 6. Oh god. Come on, Tama, you need to make a start.
There's no point. Not enough time.
You've still got another 5 days. You can do it if you really try.
But I don't wanna do it.
Your school wants you to do it.
My school lets Kitty go to class, even though he's a huge, smelly bully. My school doesn't know anything.
An apt point.
There's too much work to do, Mitsuki. I can't do it.
Well, maybe not with that attitude. Where's the positive Tama I like so much who always does her best?
Gone.
Gone? Gone where?
I don't know. Maybe she's under the fridge.
I don't think she'd fit under the fridge. You're kinda chubby. Now sit up. Why don't we go through this together?
Bah.
Tama sits up, her legs crossed, and stares at me from across the table. Jeez, that was fast.
You mean you'll help me with my homework?
Sure, that's my job. Then,
Then, will you answer all these math problems for me? The times tables are so boring.
hey now, let's not go that far. I fear I might have given Tama the wrong idea. I said I'd help you with your homework, but I'm not going to answer it all for you. That'd defeat the point
What point?
of you learning how to solve these questions on your own.
But I don't want to solve these questions on my own.
Maybe not, but you have to.
Why do I have to?
Because your school, I trail off, sighing. We're not going to get anywhere if we keep going around in circles like this. Look, just do your homework, okay?
No, you do it for me.
But it's not mine to do.
That was a stupid lie.
Well, part of that was a lie, exactly.
You won't do my homework because you don't know how to. You're stupid, Mitsuki. That's why Mama has to tutor you.
Damn. Hey, I'm not that stupid. You
must be. You've been going to do the recipe.
You know about that.
Mama told me.
Kyoko, you traitor!
She said she was helping you study so you could go to a big boy school because you haven't gone in yet. That means you're not a big boy. You're stupid and smelly, and you can't help me because my mama has to help you. You don't know anything.
Hey, my left eye twitches. I might not know everything, but I do know some things. I haven't gone into university yet, but I'm not stupid enough I can't solve a 6-year-old's math problems.
Oh yeah? Then prove it.
Alright, I will. I grab one of Tama's pencils, ready to prove myself as a real man, TM, when... I pause. My cheeks start to turn pink. You little brat. You tried to trick me.
It worked, didn't it? Aren't you gonna do my homework now, stupid Mitsuki?
No, I am not. I throw the pencil on the floor, both embarrassed and ashamed at how easy I was to fool. It's not like Tama's a master manipulator. She's just a 6-year-old girl. Oh, crikey, if she is plot twisted, she's 16. That's a hell of a plot twist, bro.
Yikes, yeah. Don't want to get those numbers mixed
She's a
up.
literal lolly. How was she able to find my weak spots so easily? Look, Tama, I already said, I'm not doing your homework. You'll have to figure it out on your own. I know I'm short for my age, but I'm not going to let myself get pushed around by you.
Pfft.
Oh.
Pfft.
Tama clicks her tongue against the roof of her mouth.
Well, it was worth a try.
You try every trick in the book, you naughty girl. You're as wily as a fox. If only you'd apply some of your intelligence to your work instead of trying to wiggle out of it.
Foxes don't wiggle.
It's a figure of speech. Now, how can I get Tama to do her work seriously? Offering hope only seemed to make things worse. Perhaps I could try flattery? I think you're very smart, Tama. I know you could do this homework if you tried. Why don't you put your mind to it? Then you'll be done in no time.
But it's boring. It's a nice day. I wanna go outside. I wanna play in the playground.
I know you do, but... well, I can't blame Tama for that. I can hear a few kids playing outside, their joyful shrieks drifting through the air. It sounds like they're having fun. More fun than we're having, at least. Now this might be a good idea. What about this? We'll stay inside and work on your math homework for, let's say, 30 minutes.
30 minutes? But I don't want to study for 30 minutes.
I know you don't want to, but you have to get it done sooner or later, and I prefer sooner. Then, after 30 minutes, we can take a break. We can go play in the playground. How about it?
Ma, you really take me to the park?
That's right. I'll play with you lots and lots until you're all worn out.
Would you push me on the swings?
Of course.
And on the roundabout?
I'll do my best.
I guess that doesn't sound too bad.
Right. We can do your homework for a bit, then play in the playground, then come back and study a bit more. We'll get lots done that way, and you'll get a reward for all your hard work. It's perfect. Relieved that we've managed to form some kind of peace treaty, and all it took was a bribe, I reach across the table, ready to shake Tama's pudgy little hand. I want to seal our newfound deal officially. Tama, however, has other ideas.
Wait a second.
What is it now?
I'll do my work. I'll do all my math, and I'll even get started on my Japanese report. But
Tama's eyes flash with the same fire they did when she was goading me only 2 minutes ago. They're the eyes of a master shogi player reading the board 15 moves in advance to discover the surest path to victory. Those eyes are actually kind of frightening. I can't look at them, not directly. Tama's become much too powerful.
if you're gonna make me work that hard, I want a much better reward.
A better reward? Like what?
Well, I'm glad you asked, stupid Mitsuki. I want you to take me for an ice cream sundae at Petite Dragon.
Well, fine. Whiny little bitch. And that's exactly what happens. After a busy day helping Tama with her summer homework, the pair of us head off to Petite Jardin. We arrive at the family restaurant near the end of Kyoko's shift. We couldn't have timed it more perfectly, in fact. The three of us almost bump into each other at the entrance, Kyoko exiting, Tama and I entering. After some confused dialogue, Kyoko learns why we're here, and we enter the restaurant as a trio. One of the waitresses, after giving Kyoko a needlessly harsh glare, "What are you doing here? I thought your shift just ended," leads us to the booth near the back and hands us a few menus. While Tama examines her menu, positively drooling at all the junk food on display, I examine Kyoko. At least, I try to, but my examination proves to be rather difficult. Kyoko is holding her menu up to her face, her eyes trained on the glossy pages within, though I doubt she's really reading it. I bet, after working here for several years, she must have the menu memorized. I think she's using the menu as a shield. But why? Is she blushing? Kyoko, do you not want me to be here? Huh? Kyoko sets her menu down and blinks at me guiltily, her cheeks pale pink. Why would you think that, Mitsuki? I mean, you do work here after all. I don't want to make you feel awkward.
Oh, no, I don't mind. We came here in the past, remember?
Yeah, but you've only just finished work. I bet you can't wait to be shot of this place. And that waitress... I look back at the girl who just led us to her table. She's busy at the door right now, greeting another family. What's that girl's name?
Kirara.
Kirara. Kirara? What does that mean in Japanese?
No, that's a name.
Right, but isn't it made up of Japanese characters?
Yeah, that's a name. Doesn't mean anything, it's Kirara. That's just what it means.
Oh, Kirara.
Yeah.
Kirara. For the 17th time.
Kirara. That's a very sparkly name.
Hey, Mama.
Wait, Akira means sparkly as well.
I hate you.
Well, you're not gonna call her sparkly.
I'm gonna call her sparkly now.
God damn it, dude.
Hey, Mama, what's a sparkly?
That, is one of the waitress's names.
Sorry, sweetie. Didn't clear my throat. That, it's one of the waitress's names, sweetie.
Really?
Really, really.
I've never met anybody called that before. There's a girl in my class called Karen, but there aren't any sparklies.
Well, it isn't a very common name.
It sounds kind of weird.
Shh. Don't say that so loudly, Tama.
But it does sound weird.
I know, dear, but you can't say that.
Why not?
It's rude. You wouldn't like it if people said your name was weird, would you?
Well, no.
Then there you go.
It was.
It is a strange name, though. I've never met anyone called Sparkly before, either. I guess it wouldn't be too out of place for an anime character. But we're talking about a real flesh and blood human here. Oh, the fourth wall. Do her parents want her to become an idol or something? You'd certainly stand out in the industry being called that. Weren't her parents worried their daughter would get bullied, saddling her with a name like that?
I don't think Sparkly is the kind of girl who would get bullied.
I look at Sparkly again. Fuck me, I didn't think this would actually be an ongoing joke. She's handing the colourful menus out to the mother and daughter at the door, a perfect smile painted on her face. She's quite a pretty girl, really. She's obviously in her late teens, a university student perhaps, and her face is carefully made up. Her hair is dyed auburn, AU burn, and it curls fashionably around her shoulders. She looks more like a queen bee than the target of bullying to me. No, you're probably right. She looks very self-confident. I guess you have to be with a name like that. It'd be unfortunate if a girl named Sparkly turned out to be a shy, retiring thing, less of a shooting star than a damp, wet squib. Okay. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but does she have something against you?
Oh, you noticed that, did you?
She gave you quite a nasty glare when she saw you.
Jeez.
Kyoko sighed. She looked so defeated, I almost feel sorry for asking the question.
It was an accident, really. It happened a few weeks ago. I was washing dishes in the kitchen and I spilled some water on Sparkly's dress. I tried to apologize, but she wasn't interested. She seems to think I did it on purpose. Ever since that day, she's had a vendetta against me.
Over something so small?
Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I don't think she's ever really liked me. She looks down on me because I'm one of the oldest waitresses here. All the other girls are in high school or university and they all band together. I'm the odd one out, or the ugly duckling, so to speak.
Another sigh.
I hear them whispering about me behind my back sometimes. They think I'm depressing.
Why would they say that?
Because I never know what they're talking about, really. And we don't have anything in common. I'm only a few years older than the other waitresses, but it feels like I belong to a completely different generation.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
What do you mean?
Would you want to be called Sparkly?
Well, no.
Kyoko smiles sheepishly.
There's no chance of that happening. My family's very traditional. My father would sooner have disemboweled himself than given his only daughter such a glamorous name.
I know, you've already said that, but I think your name suits you.
It does?
Yeah, I mean, you're a traditional kind of beauty. You looked pretty good in that yukata too. Yukata too. So good, in fact, I couldn't stop myself from kissing her. But that isn't how it happened, is it? Despite all my fantasies, Kyoko was the one who took initiative. Her lips met mine first. Oh, crap. Now I'm thinking about the kiss again, though it'd be far better for my mental health if I tried to forget it. I don't want to make my relationship with Kyoko more awkward than it already is. Ignore the kiss. Pretend it didn't happen.
What about me? What about me? Did I look good in my yukata too?
Sure you look cute, Tama. You were utterly adorable.
Really? You think so?
Yup, I could barely keep my eyes off you. Milady, tips fedora. I've never seen anybody more elegant in all my years. You were even cuter than a magical girl.
Blah.
I knew that compliment would brighten Tama's mood, if nothing else.
Yay, Mitsuki said I look good in my Yukata. Fuck, he said I'm even cuter than a magical girl.
And he's right. You did look good, dear.
Yay! I had a lot of fun at the hot springs, Mama. I wrote about it for your Japanese class.
Oh, have you been doing your homework, Tama?
That's right. I've been working really hard all day, all on my own.
Hey, I don't deny you've been working hard, Tama, but are you sure you didn't? You did all of it on your own?
Yup, I was working really, really hard because doing homework is important, and I want to get good grades. I'm gonna make Mama happy and...
Well, don't say I didn't give Tama a chance to come clean. Now it's my turn for divine punishment. Alright.
Wait, that's actually what it says.
What?
Divine punishment. I thought you like interjected that into the script, and then it came up on screen.
No. Alright. That's enough of that nonsense. I reach across the table and pull Tama's cheeks, stretching them out like mochi. Alright, I'm gonna try and pull out my cheeks during this. Who's the one who forced you into study, you little brat? Who's the one who sat with you while you were working hard and helped you with your maths problems? Who's the one who sacrificed his spare time to help you and even offered to buy you an ice cream with his own money as a reward, huh? With each and every point, I exert yet more pressure upon Tama's cheeks. If I keep stretching them out like this, her face will be so wide I'll be able to use her as a kite. Okay.
Miss Luckless. You're holding miss.
Then tell the truth, you tiny devil. Who helped whomst?
I'm sorry. I'm glad you helped the little.
Just a little?
A lot. You helped a lot.
Good. Ow, my cheeks hurt. Satisfied, I show the young girl mercy. I draw my finger away from her cheeks, marveling at how her skin snaps back into position like a spring. I guess that's the power of youth. I shouldn't abuse her too much though, her cheeks have turned pink, and some of the waitresses, Sparkly included, are giving us dirty looks.
Well, I must say, I'm very happy you've made a start on your homework, and the fact you're fine with being abused by your new father-in-law. Oh, wait, hold on, never mind.
Yup, I got lots of it done. Lots and lots.
There's still a while to go though. We finished math and a Japanese assignment, but we still need to work on our English. Oh, why do elementary schools get such homework? Oh, anyway, it's a huge pain. I'm gonna guess this is Kiwi Girl. And now I have to do the Kiwi accent. Fuck me, I always mess it up. Elle, can you say dairy for me?
Dairy.
Dearie, oh, are you struggling with homework too?
For some reason that voice sounds very familiar. But who could it be? I don't know that many people around here other than the Himuros. Could it be? Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Ichigo. That's right, and Miho's here too. Say hello, Miho. Fuck. Miho, Ichigo's shy daughter, is hiding behind her mother's back as per usual, though she peeks out behind her mother's arm to whisper a soft, "Hello."
Miho.
Tama's face lights up and she jumps down from her seat and dashes to her reclusive classmate, smiling brightly.
It's been so long since I saw you. How are you?
I'm fine.
What did you do in the summer? Did you go on holiday?
I stayed with my grandparents for a week in Kyoto.
Oh, that's cool. I've never been to Kyoto before. Did you see anything there?
While the two young girls chat, Ichigo greets Kyoko and I with a smile.
I must say, it's nice to see both of you. How have you been holding up, Kyoko? I'm fine. We were just going to get something to eat. Well, I can tell that much. Yes, I suppose so. I thought I'd take Miho out for dinner myself. I don't usually. I cook most of the meals at home, but she's working on her homework all day, and I thought I might as well treat her.
Well, that's what we're doing with Tama, actually. She refused to do any work unless I bought her an ice cream sundae, the little devil.
The girl has always had a good head on her shoulders. She'd make a good lawyer when she gets older.
Rotten lawyer, maybe.
I think Tama would prefer doing something related to sports. She's a very athletic girl. Oh yes, I saw her in the sports festival. She was first in the bread eating competition, wasn't she? And she had the anchor in the girls' relay.
That is, I've gone completely off Kiwi. I'm slowly turning her into a Jewish mother. I might actually change it to a Jewish mother.
It's a bit late for that.
You know, I just realized I'm not really a Kiwi. I've been putting on this accent for years. I'm gonna turn into my real Brooklyn Jewish mother. I must say, she's not like my Miho. Miho doesn't get on her with physical exercises. You know, your brother once went on to a physical exercise. I suppose she takes after me. I was never very good at sports either. I preferred languages myself. Oh, that makes two of us. PE was a torture for me, with all that huffing and puffing. It really hurt my sinuses. You'd never catch me going to the gym. Me neither. I don't really have the time.
Or the money, but Kyoko doesn't mention that. She probably doesn't have to. Her family finances, or lack of, must be common knowledge among the mothers at Tama's school.
Oh, I understand completely. Taking care of children is taxing enough without adding to my stress. It's been easier for me today, though. My oldest son went back to university a few days ago. He's going to be a lawyer one day, and my other son is staying with a friend. He's also going to be a lawyer. My husband's on a business trip. He's also a lawyer. He won't be back until Friday, so it's just me and Miho today. I'm hoping she'll be a lawyer. I like spending quality time with my little girl, but it can be rather lonely. I would have thought having a break from it all would be relaxing. I love Tama, but I can't imagine having free of her. Well, I'm silly like that. When my house is noisy, I can't hear myself think. I wish I had a bit more peace and quiet. But when all the sons and my husbands are gone, they're all lawyers, by the way, I find I'd rather miss them. It sounds like quite the dilemma. Indeed, I'm too used to the chaos. I think I'm properly without it. Maybe that's why I don't feel up to cooking tonight. Those damn lawyers.
Ichigo laughs again, but her expression is soft and tender. It's immediately apparent just how much she loves her family, no matter how large and loud it may be.
You know what, Kyoko?
What?
I had a wonderful idea. Both our daughters are struggling to get their homework done, and it needs to be finished before they go back to school. I'm of the opinion that two heads are always better than one, and my house has been rather quiet today, so why don't you let me take care of your Tama tonight?
Take care of her?
That's right, like a sleepover. It'll be fun. My Miho is so shy, the poor thing. I hope she'll be a lawyer one day. She's never had anybody from school over. I told her to invite a few people round, but she won't. She's afraid of being turned down. I thought it might be better if I asked a friend over on her behalf. This way she doesn't need to worry. It's fine if you're not up for it, but I thought Tama might enjoy it too.
A sleepover.
Tama's ears peek up as if like woodland animals. She stares up at Ichigo, her hands clasped at her front.
I'm gonna have a sleepover.
If your mother doesn't mind, you can sleep in my daughter lawyer's bed, and I can make you breakfast tomorrow. Then you can help each other with your homework. What do you say?
Homework?
Tama's face falls.
I don't wanna do that.
Nobody does, but it has to be done.
Well, I guess.
Tama pouts and scuffs at the floor with the tip of her sneaker, her enthusiasm subtly curbed.
What's gonna be for breakfast anyway? Oh, I can make all sorts. I flatter myself. I'm rather handy in the kitchen. I like traditional Japanese food, but I can imagine you'd want any natto. Natto yuppie. I hate soybeans. I hate soy boys.
I don't like them either.
Then how about this? I could make you grow some pancakes instead. Lawyer pancakes, I like to call them. Pancakes? That's right. A huge mound of fluffy lawyer pancakes covered in your favorite lawyer toppings. Would you like that, Lawyer Tama? I love it. Mama, I want to eat pancakes. I want to eat them. Can I go to Miho's house tonight? Grandma. I've never been to a real sleepover before. I want to go.
Well, alright. If you want to stay at Miho's house so much, I can't stop you.
Yay!
Tama whoops with joy and grabs hold of Miho's hands, shaking them so hard I worry they're going to fall off.
I'm gonna stay over at your house, Miho. We're gonna have a sleepover.
A sleepover. It's my very first one.
It's mine too. We're gonna have our very first sleepover together, and we're gonna eat pancakes.
Just don't make any problems with Miss Honda, okay? You'll be in her house, so you have to follow her rules.
Oh, you don't need to be so distant, dear. Ichigo is fine.
Right, then, Ichigo.
That's the spirit. Now let's sit down, Lawyer Miho. We still haven't ordered any food, and that waitress is giving us quite a look. I bet you she's not gonna be a lawyer when she grows up.
Oh, yes, that's Sparkly. She does that sometimes.
Sparkly? What an interesting name. Definitely not for a lawyer.
That's what I said. Not the lawyer bit, though.
I must say, I don't know if I understand modern naming conventions. It's different from when I was a child. I hope I wasn't too conservative with my Miho. I think Miho's a cute name. Much cuter than Smelly Fuck, what was it again now?
Sparkle?
Sparkle.
I actually forgot.
Sparkly, yeah.
Thank you, Tama. I think your name is cute too.
Yay, then we're both cute.
But Kichi always teases me.
If he teases you again, Miho, I'll tease him right back. I'm not gonna let him hurt you ever again.
You won't?
Nope, it's a promise.
Girls will be girls. After Ichigo's proposal, everything seems to happen very quickly. Ooh, am I going to get some alone time? Our meals consumed, the five of us leave Petit Jardin. What? Ichigo drives us back to our apartment complex and waits in the car with Miho. Kyoko and I, meanwhile, go and gather Tama's things. Kyoko seems a bit embarrassed about showing Ichigo our home. Our home? Oh, yeah, I guess he lives there too. And I can't say I blame her. Our apartment complex is both old and old-fashioned. The walls are grey, though perhaps they were white ones, and stained with years upon years of dirt and grime, just like my mouse. It looks like a building marked down for demolition, an ugly relic from the past of this otherwise modern street.
I'm sorry about this.
Kyoko apologized to Ichigo and bows her head.
I know this old building isn't much to look at, but it's been my home for the last few years. I'd like to move somewhere better, but money's rather tight, and Tama and I don't need a whole house to ourselves.
Oh, don't worry about it, dear. We all have to start somewhere, and you're quite right. Not all of us can be lawyers after all. Having a house between the pair of you would probably be overkill. Now, if you had 3 children like me, all lawyers, of course, it might be another story.
Ichigo laughs. Kyoko smiles in return, but her expression is rather strained. No matter what Ichigo says, Kyoko can't help but worry. Perhaps she's afraid the longer Ichigo waits outside our rundown apartment, the more she'll judge her. I've never been to Ichiko's home. I'm sure she lives somewhere far, far more presentable than our crappy apartment. This anxiety gives Kyoko a sudden burst of energy. She bundles up Tama's pajamas, hairbrush, and toothbrush into a bag in double quick time. I, meanwhile, gather up all of Tama's unfinished homework and put it into a tote bag. Packed and ready to go, the three of us exit the apartment, Kyoko slamming the door behind her. Ichiko takes Tama's bag with a small smile and loads it into the trunk of her car. Then, after a goodbye kiss from her mother and a few parting words,
Have a good time, Tama, but make sure you behave, alright?
Tama gets into Ichiko's car, Miho following behind her. Ichiko takes her seat at the front, behind the wheel, and turns the keys in the ignition. The car rumbles into life. Ichiko waves Kyoko goodbye, and a few seconds later, she's gone. Kyoko and I stand on the street for a while, beneath the blue sky, and watch. We continue to watch, waiting, even when Ichiko's car has vanished from sight altogether. Kyoko sighs deeply.
I hope she'll be alright.
You mean Tama?
That's right.
Are you worried about her?
A little. But I'm also happy she's made a new friend. I guess my feelings are a little complicated.
You're telling me, bitch. Kyoko shakes her head.
Mitsuki, do you want to go for a walk? I think I need to clear my head.
Oh, I don't mind at all. Where do you want to go?
I'm not sure. I don't really mind. I just want some fresh air. Standing outside this old place is kind of depressing.
Well, you're not wrong about that. And so, the two of us go for a walk. We meander aimlessly around Kawasaki until the sun sets and the stars begin to illuminate the night sky. Kyoko eventually tires, and she suggests that we return home. But first, we stop by the nearby playground. We creeping on any kids? Is this the plan? The sky is studded with stars, and there's nobody else there. I thought there might be a couple of kids singing on the swings or playing on the roundabout, but it really is empty. It almost looks like a scene from a zombie movie, all life on Earth extinguished. The wind gently rocks the swings, making the rusted old chains creak, but save for that, it's completely silent. Ooh, a scene. She looks kind of poorly drawn. Kyoko takes a seat on one of the swings, the fabric of her long skirt fluttering around her ankles. Her fingers curl around the cold steel chains, while the heel of her left shoe pushes back and forth idly against the ground. I'm kidding, by the way. She doesn't actually look badly drawn.
You know,
What?
this might be surprising to you, but I've never spent a whole night without Tama before. Not since she was born. I'm not used to it, and I know Tama isn't either. What if she gets homesick? What if she misses me? Or what if she gets hurt?
Oh, I doubt that'll happen, Kyoko. Ichiko seems like a sensible enough woman, and she does have 3 children of her own. Did you know they're all lawyers, by the way?
I know, but all the same, I can't help but worry. Maybe I'm being silly.
I don't think it's silly. You're worried because you love your daughter, right?
That's right. I really do love her. I love her more than anything. I'm glad Tama's having a fun time, but I'm still afraid. Don't you think that's hypocritical? I say I want Tama to make more friends, but the moment she does, I want to wrap my arms around her and never let go.
But you did let her go.
I know I did, but...
Kyoko shakes her head.
Oh, I'm being stupid. I know everything will be fine, and even if it isn't, Ichiko will call me. Like you said, she's raised 3 children of her own. She's older than me, and she has more experience, and she managed to keep a hold of her partner. She's probably a better mother than I am.
Kyoko bites her lower lip. Her face is white and her hair looks darker than ever against it.
I'm worried if Tama spends time with Ichiko, she'll like her more than she likes me.
Alright, now she's just being paranoid.
If that happened, I wouldn't know what to do. I rely on Tama much more than I thought. I might even rely on her more than she relies on me. How silly. I really am an idiot.
I don't think you're an idiot.
You don't?
No, I've already told you you're smart. And you're strong-willed, too. I don't know what it's like to raise a child. I've never had one, and that's probably a good thing. I could barely look after the pet hamster I had when I was a kid. It died the day after I got it. Inflation accident.
What?
I don't know what you're going through right now, but... I pause, trying to gather my thoughts. I know I'm the last one who should be consoling Kyoko, really. I can't relate to her concerns. I've never been in a situation like this myself. It'd be better if Kyoko could talk this through with some of the other mothers at Tama's school. Not Ayako. What masochist would want to talk to Ayako? Maybe some of the friendlier, less judgmental parents. But none of the other mothers talk to Kyoko, and she doesn't talk to them. She only has me. I'm the only one who can comfort her, but I'm probably the most ill-fitting person for the job. I don't know how Kyoko's feeling, but I'd like to believe after spending all this time with her, I can make a reasonable guess. You're just worrying because this is the first time Tama's been away from home overnight. That's all. Tama will come back home safe and sound, and I bet she'll have missed you just as much as you missed her.
Do you really think so?
I'm sure of it.
I'm not so certain myself. Not if pancakes are involved. It's more likely Tama will cry and kick her feet and ask if she can stay a little longer while Ichiko brings her back.
Yeah, but that's only because of the pancakes, not because of Ichiko.
But Ichiko's a nice woman.
She is a nice woman, but you're Tama's mother. She loves you more than anyone, and I bet she'll love you even more if she learned how to make pancakes herself.
I guess it's hopeless then. I've never been very good at cooking, but I'm particularly bad with pancakes. I've tried to make them from Tama before, but they always break when I flip them over, and they end up all lumpy.
Then I'll teach you.
You will?
That's right. Pancakes are easy. With a bit of training, you'll be able to make perfect pancakes, no problem. We could go back to your place and try it out right now if you want. What do you say?
I don't want to bother you.
It isn't a bother. It's not like I had anything else to do this evening, and I'd rather spend time with you.
Well, if you're so sure.
Kyoko returns my smile with a small, hesitant one of her own.
Thank you for being so kind.
Think nothing of it. Who wouldn't want to be kind to you? Fuck, bro, he's trying to get in there.
Yeah. I can think of a few people.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know Kyoko well enough to realize she hasn't had the easiest life. If I let her start listing names, we might be in the playground for a long time. I know people haven't always been nice to you as they should, but that's going to change now that I'm here. I promise.
Oh my. That is quite the
I know that word. Why can't I pronounce it?
Oh my, that is quite the proclamation. Does that mean you're going to be my hero, Mitsuki?
That's right. I'll defeat any number of monsters to keep you safe. I have a katana.
Well,
Tips fedora.
Tips straw hat.
well,
Tips Masharkins.
I have a katana.
well. Thank you, brave Sir Knight. Though the only monsters that frighten me are my own thoughts.
Then I'll take your mind off them. Making a few dozen pancakes should distract you.
You might be right about that.
I'm always right about these things.
For a knight, you're rather arrogant.
Arrogant? I'm not. I'm just trying to cheer you up, milady.
I know you are, and I appreciate it. I really do. I know I've said this before, but I don't know what I'd do without you, Mitsuki.
And I've already said I'm sure you'd be fine. You're a tough woman. You can handle yourself.
I know, but I've been looking after everything on my own for so long, it can get rather tiring. It's nice to know I have someone I can rely on. Hey.
Kyoko blinks at me, her brown eyes framed by very long lashes. She's sitting still on the swing, the chains creaking as she rocks to and fro on the heel of her right foot.
Ooh. Mitsuki, can I ask you something?
Anything. Baby.
This might be a bit sudden, but, would you stay with me tonight? All night, I mean. It's embarrassing, but right now, I don't want to be on my own.
It's that easy. And just like that, I'm sleeping with a woman. All night. At night. And so, Kyoko and I return to our apartment complex. I don't, however, go down on a long I don't, however, go down on a long, dingy hallway to my room instead. I accompany Kyoko to her rather more welcoming room. Kyoko wanted me to stay, and I'm more than happy to oblige. I think she can use some company. It should stop her from worrying about Tama, at least. Though, if I'm being perfectly honest, my desire to spend the evening with Kyoko doesn't stem from purely altruistic reasons. This might sound kind of redundant, but I want to spend time with Kyoko because I want to spend time with her. It's because I like her. Hold on. What did you update my role to, Gary? MILF.
MILF Hunter?
I am Cum Muncher, Torb's Daddies, MILF Hunter Coach, Sucks Cock.
Alright. There's a lot of roles.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah,
Thanks, Gary.
all the ladies are gonna want to date me now. Thanks,
Yeah.
Gary. I appreciate you being the man who has deemed me a cock muncher. To be fair? Yeah, what's to be fair? Everyone in my service sucks cock. Yeah, but are any of them able to woo 2D women?
Yeah, are any of them MILF Hunters?
I think not. Maybe Medi, but that's the only one. Anyway.
You don't understand. Paz has done this in real life already.
Fuck you.
Continue.
Yes, continue. Yes, don't distract me.
I'll shut
We're
up.
probably getting to the end of the game, if I had to guess. I like her so much, I can't bear the thought of her being sad. If I have to play the role of a knight to cheer her up, then I will, my lady. I'll do everything within my power to return her smile to its rightful place. The two of us while away the hours in the kitchen. We already ate at Petit Jardin, and neither of us are particularly hungry, but I promise I'd teach Kyoko how to make a perfect pancake, and that's just what I do. I might be a lot of things, but I'm not the sort of guy who'd break a promise. Kyoko's pancakes are rather sad at first, just like she told me. Either she uses too much pancake mix or not enough, and her creations invariably fall apart when she tries to flip them. Sometimes she leaves the pancakes in the pan for so long they burn. At other times she doesn't leave them in long enough, so they end up sticky and half-formed. Jesus, she actually sucks, bro. I can make pancakes, and I haven't made pancakes for like 4 years. After several repeated tries, however, Kyoko's finally able to create a stack of smooth, golden brown pancakes without any bumps or lumps.
I can't believe it.
Kyoko looks at the plate of sweet, fluffy pancakes with evident surprise, shocked at her own skills.
I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I've made pancakes dozens of times before, but they've never turned out quite this good.
That's because you had me around to coach you. You might not know this, but I also coach Overwatch on the down low. I'm pretty good at that too, if I don't say so myself. You might be a master when it comes to English, but I'm the captain of the kitchen. Holy fuck, I want to be called that. Can that be my nickname, Gary, in the server?
You know what came to mind when I saw the sentence? You may be a master when it comes to English, but I'm the grandmaster of the kitchen.
But I'm the grandmaster. Bro, that's... I had no idea you could. Wait, what do you want your nickname to be? I'll change it when we're done.
You're not finishing this tonight.
I think I'm pretty close to it.
Nah.
I'm the captain of the kitchen. Fuck me. I puff my chest out, hands on my hips, while Kyoko giggles.
You sound so smug and full of yourself. Still, you might have a point. You're not a bad teacher yourself, Mitsuki.
See, even my ideal wife knows how good I am at teaching. That's all thanks to my mom's guidance. She's a much better cook than I am. This is also true.
I don't think you should sell yourself short. Your skills in the kitchen are impressive. I just wonder what we're gonna do with all these pancakes.
Aren't you hungry?
Not at all.
Still worried about Tama?
A bit.
Are you worried she'll prefer Ichiko's pancakes to yours?
It isn't just the pancakes, it's more. For the longest time, Tama was the only company I ever had. She was the one constant in my life, but what happened today set me thinking. Tama won't be a child forever. She's going to get older and she'll make more friends and she'll want to go out on her own. Then, one day, she'll leave me. I've given up so much of my life for her, but she won't be with me forever. In the end, everything has to change.
Hey, don't go thinking about the future so much. That won't happen until years from now.
But I've never thought about the future before. I've had my hands so full with the present, I've never had the luxury to plan ahead. I have to work my hardest to scrape together enough money to pay the bills each month. At least I've been able to save up a bit more money these past few months, thanks to your help. That's given me a bit of leeway to finally think things through, but now, all of a sudden I've realized how much I was leaning on Tama for emotional support. Tama was the only person I had in my life for years. She was my only family member. And my best friend, too. I used to think that was fine. I thought I could survive with Tama's love and her love alone, but she isn't gonna be here forever. She's gonna grow up into her own person, and then she won't be able to be with me all the time. It's scary. I've been depending on Tama far, far too much for far too long, and I never even knew. I never knew what a burden I was putting on her.
Hey now. I speak softly in the hopes this will help console Kyoko. How did the atmosphere get so heavy? Maybe you have been relying on Tama a lot, but isn't that what family does? We all depend on one another. I had to look after my mum after her accident, but I never resented her for it. I think he did say that though. I'm pretty sure he did say that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, maybe a little. I mean, I'm not a saint or anything, but now I've left Aomori, I've started to miss her. I guess you could say it's a little too late, but you might be relying on Tama, but she's relying on you too.
Well, of course she's relying on me. I'm her mother. It's my job to take care of her. It isn't my job, however, to cripple her with my own dependencies. I can't keep leaning on her like this. She's only 6 years old. Maybe it hasn't caused her any damage yet. Perhaps she hasn't even realized. But it will in time, and then what? What will happen?
I think you're worrying too much.
That's easy for you to say. You don't have any children of your own.
I don't, but you're not completely alone, Kyoko. You said so yourself. You don't need to keep relying on Tama for the love of security. I'm here.
But I've put so much on you already, Mitsuki. You've been babysitting Tama almost every single day, and you've been cooking her meals, and you...
Shh. Kyoko blinks in surprise, as well she might. That's because I just speared a piece of pancake on the prongs of my fork and plopped it into her mouth. Lady and the Tramp-esque.
Shake that, you bitch. Pow.
You're gonna eat this and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, stop talking, stupid bitch. Here, fucking eat the pancake.
While I'm feeding her pancakes, you haven't done anything to me. I volunteered to do those things because I wanted to. How many times do I have to tell you? Kyoko chews on the piece of pancake, stopping up her mouth, and swallows. I watch her smiling and set the fork back on the kitchen counter. So, what do you think? Does it taste good?
Surprisingly so. I'm shocked.
It'd probably taste better with some toppings, maybe chocolate sauce, or honey, or chopped bananas, or I don't know. But Tama, she'll like them as they are. Maybe we should make pancakes for her tomorrow, the pair of us. Maybe as like a, parental guidance figures.
You... spend time with me tomorrow too?
I'll spend as much time with you as you want. If you think I'm being too pushy, then I'll stop bothering you. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. If I do or say anything to upset you, just tell me and I'll get it out of your hair ASAP. I promise. But if I can help you just a little, and if I can make you happy, then I think I'd like to stay with you. I don't want you to be lonely. I breathe in, silently shy, and look at the floor. I don't want to be lonely either, Barker.
You were lonely?
That's right, ever since I moved here. I'd always dreamed of living in a big city, but this place is so huge and there's so many people and it's been so hard to make any friends. I miss my parents, and I missed Aimori, and I even started to miss my old life. You're the first friend I made in the city, Kyoko. Fuck, and I care about you more than anything.
Nobody's ever told me that before.
Well, it's true. I know it might sound corny, but I mean it. I really do like you. Well... I glance at Kyoko from beneath my eyelashes, paralyzed. It's just not fair. I already told Kyoko how I felt back at the Ryokan, but we haven't mentioned it since then. It's almost like my confession never happened. Well, I'm not going to keep pretending that never happened. I'm not a robot, and I can't keep a lid on my feelings any longer. Kyoko has to know how much I care about her, no matter how embarrassing this is. Hey, Kyoko, do you, remember what happened at the Ryokan?
You mean the kiss?
So, you do remember? I was afraid you'd forgotten. That's a relief, at least. I'm glad my kiss wasn't so unpleasant Kyoko's tried to erase it from her memory. Now that'd be awkward.
Of course. How could I forget something like that? Contrary to what some of the mothers at Tama School think, I don't make a habit of kissing every single man I meet. In fact, that was the first kiss I've had in a long, long time. For the last few years, romance has been the last thing on my mind. The last time I gave my heart to somebody, it ended in tears.
Then why did you kiss me? Was it because you were drunk? I'd understand.
I was a little drunk, but not so much I wouldn't have impaired my judgment. Maybe it spurred me along a little, but...
A small pause.
If you must know, I had considered kissing you before.
Ooh. You had?
That's right. I thought about it, or rather, I've been thinking about it for a few months. It kept crossing my mind, particularly after our trip to the beach. I never intended this to happen, and I never thought it could, but I really have grown quite fond of you. You're so kind and understanding, and you've helped me so much. You're a good person, and I couldn't help but get attached to you. I like you too, Mitsuki. I like you a lot, but...
Kyoko breathes in deeply.
I don't want to complicate things.
Things don't have to be complicated. You ever heard of friends with benefits?
I know, but I'm still a little wary about getting into another relationship. My last boyfriend, he was my first boyfriend actually, said he loved me too, but when I told him I was pregnant, he left me. I guess I can't have mentioned that much to him after all. I told myself I wouldn't believe in declarations of true love anymore. I figured men just couldn't be trusted, and I should stay away from them for my own safety. I didn't want to start caring for you, but I did, and then I...
You kissed me.
That's right. I know I shouldn't have. I know even kissing you, that I was probably making a mistake.
But why was it a mistake? I wanted to kiss you too. I still do.
Maybe that's what you think you want, but you don't really. How could you?
What the fuck is this backwards logic?
You don't want to kiss me. That's just what you think you want.
You don't want to have
Just
sex.
complicate things,
Yes, please.
please.
Just fuck already.
Just do it already.
I have a child, no future prospects, and I'm not even that pretty. I'm not worth the effort.
Well, I think you're pretty. Beautiful, even.
Oh, stop. You don't need to flatter me.
I'm not! I'm telling you the truth.
Whatever you think that or not, I know I wouldn't be a good match for you. You're much too young.
I'm only a year younger than you, Kyoko.
I don't mean physically. I mean mentally. I don't want to burden you. It'd be unfair of me to force Tama on you. Becoming a parent in your early 20s before you've had a chance to experience the world really limits what you can do with your life. I don't want to place that burden on you.
I don't think Tama's a burden. I like being with her. She's cute and funny, and she makes me smile, and she already seems to accept me as her father. I doubt she'd be too upset if we started dating. I hang around her all the time anyway.
But what about your exams? You're trying to get into university, aren't you? I couldn't get in the way of your future. That would be far too selfish of me.
You haven't been getting in the way of... You've been tutoring me, haven't you? If I hadn't met you, I wouldn't be studying at all. You're the one who motivates me to keep going. This might sound a little sappy, but you make me want to put in the effort to be a better person. Oh god, that did sound sappy.
You say that now, but if we became a couple, I'd start distracting you. It'd ruin everything we've built up so far.
Well, sure you'd distract me a little, but you'd be the most welcome distraction in the world.
What a charmer.
Kyoko laughs, perhaps amused by my audacity, and shakes her head.
I just don't know what to say. You're so stubborn.
So are you.
That's right. I am stubborn. I decided to keep Tama no matter what society said. I've been working hard and all on my own, but sometimes I wish I could be even more stubborn than I already am. I should have pushed you away while I had the chance, but it's been such a long time since anybody's cared for me like you do. I couldn't go through with it. Jesus Christ, bro. I was too weak.
You're not weak. I take Kyoko's hands with my own and entwine our fingers. I press our palms together, savoring her warmth, and give her hands a squeeze. You're strong. Much, much stronger than me. And I know you don't mean me, but I'd like to stay with you all the same. I'd like to be your boyfriend. Please.
Please. Please.
Please.
Onigai.
Onigai.
Please.
Onigai.
Well, when you ask nicely like that, how about this? If you pass your university entrance exams next year, I'll consider it.
Bro.
What the fuck?
This is the biggest cuck of the century.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
In a year, maybe I'll consider dating you. Oh, bro. You, and I'm accepting it. You'll be my girlfriend?
Maybe. Girlfriend doesn't sound entirely fitting now. I'm too old for such a title, but
Kyoko sighs, her breath flitting against my cheek.
I feel like I've been forced to grow up a lot over the last 5 years, but somehow, in some respects, I don't feel like a real adult at all.
Same here. I thought I'd magically turn into a man when I moved out of my parents' home, but I don't feel all that different now than I did last year. I still feel lost and confused most of the time, and I'm not really sure what I want to do. I don't always know what I want, but I know that I want to stay with you, Kyoko.
And I want to stay with you too, though I told myself I shouldn't. I tried to keep my distance, but I still want to stay with you.
Then let's do that. Let's stay together and make each other happy. Wink, alright?
Is it really that simple, though?
I don't see why it can't be. I'm going to study my hardest in my exams, I'll put in the work, then I'll get into university of my choice, and then I'll make you my girlfriend or partner or whatever. We don't need to put a name to it. Let's just try to be happy together. The three of us. Me and you, Tama too. That's all I want. And with that, I press a kiss against Kyoko's lips. Fuck, how do you kiss? Oh fuck, wait, that didn't sound good. I've never kissed a girl before. How do you, like...
Don't worry about it.
Finish her?
Don't worry, man. It's so fucking typical that you have to get good grades in order to get with the chick.
Yeah, and it's...
And she's a mother, and she wants good grades.
And it's so
But
typical.
she's not meant to have good grades from the fucking love interest.
Yeah.
You're meant to have good grades from like the kids, not the whatever.
Yeah. All I can say though is I'm ready to go for the Tongrosteen. So, there's always that.
Just fuck already.
The kiss is soft and gentle, and it makes me feel warm. Safe. Happy. Horny. I just hope Kyoko feels the same. I give my everything just to see her smile, and I don't think that's ever going to change. I care about it far too much. I was unsure at first, but now I know. Kyoko really is the one I love. I hope this is okay. Oh, right, okay, so...
Achievement unlocked, banned from Twitch.
Yeah, okay, so, in the Adult Patch DLC, it said that there's actually, an event where you do, fuck. So I assume this is part of that scene's event. I can't play that on Twitch, obviously. So if you want...
Can't imagine why.
If you want to see that pornography, go play the game into yourself. It's free DLC as well, so go for it.
It's very real
It
estate.
is free real estate, just like her chest. Or yes,
So much real estate.
I guess Tama's chest. Later that night, or perhaps early the next morning, I lie beside Kyoko in her futon. It's a little too small for the two of us, and we have to cuddle together, her head against my chest and her long dark hair tickling my skin. Maybe she's giving me a hair job. All the same, I can't bring myself to care. I'm simply happy that I was able to spend time with her like this. We're so close together, I can feel her heart beating in almost perfect tandem with mine. Less than a week ago, I never could have imagined that this would happen. But in the space of a single day, so much has changed. It's not possible for our relationship to return to the way it was before, but I can't say I mind that all too much. Right now, as I embrace Kyoko, her body pressed against mine, my wang pressed against her genitals, her hair draped around my cockhead. I'm really, truly happy from the bottom of my head. Kyoko's arms are looped around my waist, but her grip feels slack. Is she falling asleep? I press a soft kiss against the crown of Kyoko's head, and she stirs. Just saying, bro. It's a little bit sus. Her eyes changed color.
Yeah, I know.
I literally fucked her iris.
Like
I passed into her iris.
it looks. I kind of like this actually. This art style.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. I tell you, this looks better, but that looks good.
Mitsuki.
Kyoko blinks. Her eyes are brown like coffee beans, and her lashes are long and dreamy.
Brown?
Yes,
Brown?
apparently.
Am I blind?
We're both blind, baby. I'm reporting you for lack of nudity. I swallow. Despite everything we did together, that we didn't get to see, or perhaps because of everything we did together, I still feel a little embarrassed about our close proximity. My face turns pink, and I'm the one who looks away first. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't wake you.
Oh no, I wasn't asleep. I was just resting my eyes.
That sounds suspiciously like sleeping to me.
Well, maybe I dozed off for a second or two, but can you blame me? I didn't realize you could be so rough.
What? hello. Wait,
What the fuck did we do?
what?
Maybe she did give me a hair job.
Excuse me?
We do like...
Did you miss the scenes that I missed or something?
Again, I'm gonna guess it's because the adult content isn't enabled. But now I'm telling you this right now. When I finish, me and Elle are going to play this with the DLC added.
She's crippled for life, man. What have you done
Dude,
to her?
fuck, bro. I fucked her so bad she couldn't walk straight.
Wait, you paralyzed her just like his mother. It's just a fucking infinite loop. It's just like
am I doing incest?
this is terrible.
And before Tama walks in.
And then you paralyze her too.
Yeah, Mitsuki, rough! I stare at Kyoko with sudden panic, my heart thumping inside my chest. I wasn't trying to be rough. Really, I wasn't. I was. I'd never done anything like that before, so maybe it was a little awkward, but I didn't mean to hurt you. If I caused you any pain at all or made you feel uncomfortable, then... Shh. I like it rough. Kyoko smiles a devilish little smile and presses her index finger against my protesting lips, effectively silencing me. I have a quote about incest, but I don't think I want it recorded anywhere on the internet. Can't be as worse. It can't be worse than anything we've said so far.
Yeah, we literally just paralyzed the bitch, and now we're going to paralyze her daughter too.
Yeah, me and Elle double teamed her.
Oh god.
Don't worry so much. I was just teasing.
No, but no, we actually just ran a train on her.
Yeah, we just fucking destroyed her, man. Tom's coming in right about now looking for some Scooby snacks.
Well, DM... okay then, tell you what, put it in the Discord so, and I'll tell you if I want to say it on stream or not. If I think it's actually really bad, I won't. I stare at Kyoko dumbly. That was... a joke. Okay. I'm going to presume it's mostly just men watching, but... if any female ever sees this, you can clip this, put it in ANZ Journal, show this to every single female. Last thing we want to hear is a joke about how well we did in bed. Because usually we tend to think we're pretty self-conscious about it, right? I mean, I'm presuming we are. I'd be self-conscious if I was talking to a sexy bimbo.
Oh yeah, you destroyed my pussy, man. Good job. Upvote.
Yeah, like it's not, you know.
Man, there was some great sticks. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram.
Gary, that... okay, that's a pretty good quote. I won't say it, but yeah, that's pretty good. I'll send it to you afterwards, though. That was a joke.
That's right.
Kyoko lets her finger fall from my mouth. What the fuck were they doing? With a soft sigh, she shifts a little closer to me, resting her head beneath my chin.
I could tell it was your first time. It'd be a lie if I said you weren't a little clumsy, but nobody's perfect at their first attempt. Besides...
Too rich.
Yeah, good thing she has a lot of experience, the fucking whore.
Yeah.
Besides, it's been such a long...
She can teach you the ropes.
Besides, it's been such a long time since I did that myself. I can't imagine I was much better. It's like the blind leading the blind, really.
What? Oh, I don't like that sentence.
Oh, I hope I didn't get cum in her eye. Yikes.
Yeah, look at her eyes now. She's apparently...
Yeah, but they're looking a little bit brighter because of that.
Yeah.
No, that isn't true. I liked it, as you could probably tell. Kyoko giggles mischievously.
I could tell. Yes. To be honest, it made me pretty happy.
Oh, she's a keeper.
I thought it might make things more awkward, but it's surprising how smoothly everything went. It was like, how do I put this?
While she ponders, Kyoko idly sketches shapes on my bare chest with her fingertips. Ooh. I don't know what she's drawing exactly. A flower or maybe a heart.
It's a Southern Cross.
She's a devil worshipper.
It felt like It was meant to be, I suppose.
You enjoyed it too?
I did, more than I imagined. Not the feeling of having
Sex.
so much as just being with somebody, I suppose. Being close to you.
Kyoko blinks up at me, her fingers splayed across my naked chest. Pog.
Hey, Mitsuki. It might be selfish of me to ask this, but would it be alright if I stay with you in the future? I've grown rather fond of you, and everything we've been through together, and
She swallows. I can see her pale throat convulsing. Fuck me. What did we do?
What the? Nah, the sex wasn't that great. Get out.
I fucked her so hard the throat's convulsing.
I don't want to let you go.
Kyoko. I place a hand against Kyoko's cheek. Our bare legs entwining together beneath the sheets, our bodies entangled. Kyoko's stomach is pressed against mine while my left thigh loops over her right. Why would I let you go? That's the last thing on my mind. I want to stay with you, you know. I want to stay with you. Forever. That is, I smile, abashed by my own eagerness. If you'll let me.
You say that now, but so did he.
Oh, you're bringing up your ex while you've had... Oh my god. Another tip to women, don't bring up your ex. Your boyfriend?
I'm used to being abandoned, and it'd be nothing new if you got tired of me.
Oh, Jesus. She got some issues.
I know I'm not the most interesting of people, and now that you've gotten what you want...
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Time out.
Now that you've got what you want.
Time out. Gary, first orgasm in 3 years. That's a powerful thing. Wait, how old is Tama? 6 years I've had. Probably a worse situation. If you think about it. How old's my oldest brother? He's in his 30s. Late 30s, mid 30s. That's like about 36 years ago. 36 years ago, my mum, she would have been 24. God, she probably rubbed one out when he was born as well. Like after he was born as well. She definitely had sex after he was born. Had it.
Oh, how can you tell, dude?
Oh, she had it one.
Gee, are you like a fucking mathematician?
She definitely had it one too many times when she was fucking banging my dad and just getting spunk put into her fucking womb.
Hmm. Lovely.
Also, she's told me. Anyway.
Ew, what the fuck?
Anyway, time out. Time's gone now. Time out. You don't think I was only interested in you for your body, do you? Like all men.
Well, no, not entirely. I know you're not like that, only I really did love my ex-boyfriend. At least I thought I did. I was foolish, young girl in my last year of high school. Still a child, really. And when he said he would stay by my side forever, I believed him. I trusted him, but he still left me. I think you're a better man than some out there, than others out there, Mitsuki. But I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to have my heart broken again.
Oh, Kyoko. I press Kyoko's body even more closely against mine, if such a thing is possible, and run my fingers through her hair, stained with cum. It's a little wonder if she should feel anxious now, regardless of how gentle I was, or tried to be at least. She's heard all these promises I'm making before, and she's already had her trust betrayed in the worst possible way. Her first boyfriend had sex with her, and then, unable to handle the consequences, he left. It's easy to pledge your heart to somebody when there is no real obstacles in the way, but he bolted at the first sign of danger, the wuss. I could call him a weak, pitiful man, but he was only a teenager himself, the same age as Kyoko. Maybe he was too young to know how to handle the situation. Part of me despises him, but I can't commit to my hatred. I've never met him, I don't know anything about him. But I do know this. I can't promise you I won't ever upset you, but I'll do my best not to. I'm pretty clumsy, and I don't have any experience with women. Oh, and I don't want to hurt you. Oh. I know you've been hurt in the past, and I'll probably make a few mistakes along the way. But I won't leave you. fuck, Gary? It's not an impossible thing to orgasm while giving birth to a child, either. I suppose not. I suppose if they touch your clit while it's happening. Usually you're in too much pain for it to...
You won't?
I won't. I can't even begin to contemplate it.
But Tama,
I want to look after Tama. I like her. She's a funny kid, and I don't mind spending time with her.
but you have no obligation to help. You're not her real father.
We've been over this. Maybe not, but she seems to regard me as such. You know what?
Why?
I don't mind that. I smile and press a soft kiss against Kyoko's mouth. It's kind of nice that the height difference between us isn't that evident when we're lying down. For once, I can kid myself into thinking I'm taller than Kyoko. But that's nothing more than convenient delusion. My science degree working wonders. If only I'd inherited my dad's genes. Well, I might not look like him, but I like to think we share a few personality traits. My dad remained by my mother's side after her accident, though it was rather trying for both of them, and I intend to follow in his suit. You don't have to believe me. Maybe I haven't done enough to prove myself to you yet. It's natural you'd be a bit hesitant about signing a new relationship, but my fingers find Kyoko's, which are resting on my cheek. I link our digits together. Our digits? What? Our digits together, squeezing gently, as I say, I've been thinking a little about my future lately. Before all this, I didn't know what I wanted. I was trying to get into a good university because I thought it was the right thing to do, but I wasn't really motivated. There was nothing to keep me going and nothing I really wanted to do. I wasn't really living my life, I was just going through the motions, doing what I thought I had to do. At least, until I met you.
What could I have possibly done? I'm just one woman.
Well, you're a sexy woman. You might be one woman, but you made me want to improve myself. Thanks to you, I picked up more hobbies, started to take cram school more seriously, and most importantly of all, I managed to find a new dream. I don't know if it'll come true or not, but now I have something I want to do with my future.
Oh? And what is that exactly?
I want to make you happy.
Ooh. You really mean that?
Of course I do. It's what I want more than anything. And I can hardly accomplish that if I leave you, can I?
No, I've grown rather fond of you, I must admit. If you left now after everything we've been through, then I won't leave.
Then I won't leave. I can't. I care about you way too much. Also, you got a nice body. I press my lips against Kyoko's and she sighs softly into the kisses. My fingers wind around her back, pulling her body even closer to mine. Finally, I have a goal I want to strive towards. I'm not going to give up. I can see a bright, shining future spread out before the three of us. We just need to work towards it together, one step at a time. Oh, I guess that's it.
Okay. It was kind of
What
abrupt.
what does Tama think of all this? We'll never know. And you said I wouldn't get through the entire game tonight.
Well, I mean, you technically did not actually get through it because it's DLC. But you can't actually stream. Hey, look, boobies.
Hey, look, an ear. Now that was the most attractive scene.
Oh, I hate that, man.
It's just fonts. Hey, an ass.
That was kind of abrupt
Hey,
for an ending.
a pair of tits. Yeah, it kind of was. German translation. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Thank you for reading. Yeah, thank me guys, come on.
Thanks for reading.
Thanks, El. At least someone appreciates
Yeah,
me.
man. No problem.
Oh, is there more? Hold on, there's more. I spoke too soon. I thought when the credits roll, usually that's the end. But this one pulled a wily one on me.
Yeah, this more content. Holy shit.
So, Mitsuki, how are the pancakes?
I chew on my mouthful of pancake diligently, my eyes closed so I can better assess the flavor.
Well, what do you think?
I open my mouth, ready to deliver my verdict, when... Oh, there she is.
These pancakes are delicious, Mother. Mama, you're amazing.
Oh my, do you really think so?
That's right. They're so light and fluffy. I could eat 100 of them.
Well, I don't know about that. We'd have to use a lot of ingredients to make 500 pancakes, and I think it might upset your tummy.
Honestly, I could probably eat 500 pancakes.
Who the fuck eats pancakes without anything on them?
They've got air on them.
That doesn't count.
No, okay, Elon Musk, shut up.
But I'm growing, girl. I need to eat more, lots more. Then I'll be able to show that buttermilk cake to you boss.
It's true that you are getting older, but 500, huh? Ah, that just doesn't sound healthy.
It's fine. I saw a video on YouTube of a woman who can eat and eat and eat. I want to be just like that when I grow up.
Is that your career for the future?
Is that your career for the future sorted then, Tama? Are you going to be a pro eater instead of a magical girl?
Don't be silly, Miss Bookie. I'm not gonna choose. I'm gonna do both.
Top idea, if you're baking anything, glaze it in maple syrup before you put it in the oven. Thank me later. Okay, so if I was baking a pie, like a meat pie, a meat, cheese, and bacon pie, a curry pie, I should put maple syrup on it.
I don't know about that one, Chief. You just end up putting extra maple syrup or whatever it is post cookery.
Okay, what
cooking.
what if I was baking a cake? You want me to put maple syrup on it? I get what you mean though, yeah. It's just like a glazing. Yep. It's an easy glazing as well. It's not like the really fancy
I
shit.
still don't recommend eating fucking pancakes by themselves. This sounds really dry.
Yeah, and usually put ice cream on them and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get through this actually.
I'll be a pro eater in the day. Then at night, I'll turn into a beautiful heart and defeat all the bad guys.
Beautiful heart, huh? Is that your magical girl name?
Yup, and Miho is sparkling hot.
Oh, that's nice. They're both friends now. One of them who's a little bit this way, the other one is a bit Randy Savage. I'm glad you're getting along with Mio, but I don't know if you look very beautiful right now.
Bruh, what do you mean?
Your face is all dirty. Let me... I start to wipe at the sides of Tama's cheek with a napkin. She pouts and squirms a little, but I don't think she's too annoyed. After all the time we spent together, I think Tama's gotten used to my fussing. If you're going to be a professional eater, Tama, you'll have to be more careful than that. Nobody wants to watch a dirty girl covered in crumbs. Well. Some people do.
But I can't help it. Mama's pancakes are so good. I just want to keep eating.
Are they even better than Ichiko's? Apparently she's a motorbike.
They're both good.
What a little diplomat. You might make a better politician than a magical girl. Though I suppose magical girls are, in a way, like politicians. Isn't it their job to keep the people safe from harm? They just do it in a more showy way, exciting way than reforming laws and writing reports. And speaking of writing...
Don't you need to go soon, Mitsuki? You have your entrance exams today, don't you?
Ooh, it's been like a full fucking year. That's right. And I was trying not to think about that too.
Don't remember if you don't pass, we're breaking up.
Yeah, what a plot twist. I've been taking my studies more seriously than ever before these last few months. With Kyoko's help, the two of us have gone over not only my English skills, but even maths and science. We've also gone over the art of seduction and intercourse, sex ed being one of the major focuses, but practical sex ed, of course. I'm quietly confident in my abilities, but this is the first time I've sat any exams in years. The thought of sitting in a hall, surrounded by people, while the clock ticks away my precious time, is more than a little anxiety-inducing. But I can't back down now, not when I've tried so hard to make it to this point. I don't want to let Kyoko down, and I don't want to let myself down either. I guess I should get going then.
Don't leave already.
That's right, I don't want to be late for my exams.
You're not taking me to school.
I can't. I don't have enough time.
I'm going to drop you off at school today before my first shift starts, dear.
Mama is.
That's right. It's been a while since we went to school together, hasn't it? Aren't you looking forward to it?
I don't know.
Tama pouts. Over the last few months, I've settled into a comfortable routine with the Humuro family. We generally eat breakfast together, like a family. I'm the one who takes Tama to school in the mornings. We're almost like a real family. In fact, as the days wear on, that almost becomes slimmer and slimmer until even I've started to see Tama as my own daughter. If I ignore, like, you know, the fact she doesn't look anything like me. It's pretty good. I must admit, she must have taken, like, all of Kyoko's genes rather than the dad's. Like, they literally look like the same person. Maybe she's a little bit chubbier, but...
Yeah, she sounds like Scooby-Doo for some reason.
Oh yeah, I guess that's why she got the nice gruff Randy Savage voice. From the dad. My very grumpy daughter who's glaring at me with her arms folded.
I want my sister to take me to school.
What's so great about me anyway?
Casey never chases me in the mornings when you're around.
That's because he's busy making fun of me instead. Kichi, that little brat, always pokes fun at my accent whenever he claps eyes with me. I've tried telling Ayako about it, but she always laughs and shakes her head. Dear, it's not true. I don't think she believes that her son is capable of any wrongdoing, is what she'd say. Or maybe she thinks I deserve every bit of scorn her son pours on me. It's not my fault I was born out in the countryside. Well, I'll show them. I'll show them all. I'm going to take the entrance exam, and I'll pass it. I'll get into a good university, and nobody can never look down on me again.
I want my Suki. I want my Suki.
Well, it's nice being in such high demand. That really isn't possible today, my princess. Gets on one knee and tips Fedora.
What?
No buts. Now, is your school bag all packed?
I got everything ready last night.
Go and check your bag again, please. I don't want to hear from your teacher that you've forgotten your reading book or your pencil case. She'll think I'm neglecting you.
Want my Suki?
I'll pick you up from school today and take you to Petit Jardin for a treat. How about that?
You please me?
If you behave and do everything your mother asks.
If you behave and do everything your mother asks, then yes.
All right then.
Thomas shoves the very last piece of pancake into her mouth, then vacates the table, searching for her school bag.
I'm sorry about this, Mitsuki. Today will be stressful enough for you without having to worry about Thomas' temper tantrums.
Oh no, it's fine. In fact, I'm used to it.
But you shouldn't have to be used to it. It doesn't seem right. If I was a better mother, Tama would behave herself without being coaxed by treats.
Well, you know how it is. Kids be kids. Besides, I don't mind seeing how energetic she is. It cheers me up.
Really?
That's right. I don't know how many times I've told you, Kyoko, but I spend time with you and your daughter because I want to. I like being with you, and I wouldn't have my life any other way.
You say that so many times.
Because you don't seem to believe me. Maybe if I keep repeating myself, one day it'll seek in and you'll finally accept I'm here to stay, you stupid fucking bitch.
It's not possible to scare you away.
Please, it's been almost a year. If I was going to run for the hills, I would have done it by now. Besides, if I left, I wouldn't be able to eat any more of your delicious pancakes.
Come on. You know my pancakes aren't that good. Yours are better.
But I much prefer eating food that you've made me. It's the thought that counts. Tama sure seemed to be enjoying them too. She was wolfing them down.
Tama likes all the sweet foods. She's not particularly picky when it comes to unhealthy calories. She said she wants to eat 500 of them, didn't she?
She said she wanted to eat 500 of them, didn't she?
If she really did eat that much, I'm afraid she'll explode. Then I really would be deemed an unfit mother.
No shit. I don't think that's going to happen, Kyoko. From where I'm standing, you're a perfectly wonderful parent.
Why, thank you. That's because I have you by my side, supporting me. I was never able to flip a pancake without breaking it before I met you.
I was never able to flip you behind as well without breaking. And I never would have gone this far if I hadn't met you.
I didn't do much, really.
You did more than you give yourself credit for. I already told you, Kyoko. I'm happy with the way things are. Ugh, doesn't this guy have a fucking exam to get to?
Yep.
Despite me?
Because of you. Now, I'm going to do my best. I'll pass this exam, I'll get into university, and then I'll get a good job. I'll work on improving myself every single day so the three of us can always be a happy family. That's my dream.
Oh, Mitsuki. That's my dream, too. Then let's do our best to make this dream...
Oh, fuck me. Then let's do our best to make this dream come true together.
Yes, let's. You can do it, Mitsuki. I believe in you. I know you'll do your very best in this exam, but even if you don't pass, I'll still be proud of you. You could never disappoint me.
My stomach, once full of anxious butterflies, suddenly settles. When I'm with Kyoko, standing beneath the light of a brand new day, my neurosis seems so silly. Kyoko's right. I want to pass my exams, but even if I can't, that won't change how I feel about Kyoko, and it won't change how she feels about me. We can still stay together. We can keep being a family. We just have to keep believing. Well, I guess I better get going. Honey, I'm home. I put on my coat, then open the front door. It's a cold January day and the sky is steely blue and it's snowing. Though slightly, and I shiver. Well, why do entrance exams have to be held in the winter of all times? It's a dreary way to begin my new future, but I can't back down now. I turn, ready to leave, when...
Wait, Mitsuki. Take this with you too.
Kyoko winds a scarf around my neck and a small smile on her face.
I wouldn't want you to catch a cold. Today is much too important.
Well, thanks.
And before you go, I have something to say. Good luck, Mitsuki. Do your best. I'll be thinking of you. Always.
This is something you say to someone when they're about to die, or like they're about to get sent off to war.
Yeah.
Not when... Ooh! Poggers. Dude, I've gripped her by the hair. I'm just forcing me onto her.
Oh, shit. Actually, I like the scarf.
Yeah, it looks nice. She has tiny hands. What the fuck? She got 3 fingers. What?
Yeah.
Did she cut herself while making pancakes? What the fuck happened? And with that, Kyoko presses a soft kiss against my lips. A gust of wind blows outside. The door is still open and my scarf dances in the wintry air. December is over and a brand new month has begun. A whole new year. This is the day my future truly begins. And it all starts with a kiss. I know, without a shadow of doubt, what I want to do. I want to stay with Kyoko and Tama, and I want the 3 of us to be happy. It's a small, humble dream, and I'm going to do my best to turn it into a reality. I'm already on my way there. Alright, well, and see, this is where you should have put the credits.
Yeah.
Anyway. you've unlocked every single achievement. Congratulations. Alright. Well, I guess that's that.
That's that. Yeah.
All that's down now to do is unzip my pants, download the adult content patch, and replay this game.
Pretty much.
In all seriousness, no. I thought this was pretty fun. I had lots of fun doing it, doing the voice acting and stuff for all the characters. I'm sorry about every single time I stumbled and did shit at reading. That'll be my dumb coming through. Also, sorry I didn't record the first stream where it actually set up like just about everything. There's a TLDR of the second stream if not everyone was able to catch it and you want to watch it back. I'd be interested in doing something like this again. There's another game that Elle recommended me, which is mystery, what are they called? Like those games where it has real people in them.
They don't really have a name, but it's like a multi-choice sound novel.
Yeah. Mystery. It's like a mystery novel.
Yeah.
Investigation kind of thing, like Danganronpa, I guess, if you've ever played that or seen it. So maybe I'll play that as well. I'm thinking maybe doing an Overwatch stream tomorrow, just to take a break. I don't want to go into from one to another. I think that would be a bit much. Other than that, though, I don't think there's really anything else to say. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't, to get more notifications of when I'm about to go live. If anyone has any recommendations for what I should be doing, any improvements I can make to the stream, any life advice for me, as I'm currently going through a midlife crisis with no Contenders season playing, so no scrims, feel free to just shoot me a DM. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I can't wait to see the passive DPS placements. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, Elle, there's no final words you want to say to them? Any words of wisdom in your age, in your life?
Yeah, don't try to get with a chick that already has a kid. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only thing I can say now is incest isn't the best. Put your sister to the test. Thanks for watching, and I'll check you guys out later. See yas.